Kindness starts here. This your girl Quill, the one that keeps it real without you. To give you a thrill that is beauty filled with looks that can kill. Hey, happy Thanksgiving to our ancestors. What y'all cooking, okay? Don't they got that question thing? What y'all cooking? Let's cook while listening to our ancestors. They got a lot of shit to say. They got a lot of shit to say today. All right. So I think I'm going. Ooh, Mara. I thought that said Mara. Okay. Someone's name could be Mora or something like that. Myra. I wasn't going to start with this deck. Nose. Okay. Nose. Your ancestors up in the frontline sinker. Okay. What's going on, Beyonce? Or the Knowles family. Lawyer, okay? Law troubles. Somebody having law troubles. Okay, so, you know, I believe totally, we should be thanking our ancestors. And God is our eldest ancestor, okay? Whoever you believe God to be, God is our eldest ancestor. So we should most likely thank God and kind of refrain from thanking others. You could use it as a time to thank others, but your reasoning behind giving reverence to this holiday should be really focused on the reason why Thanksgiving exists. So a little bit about what I believe, why I believe what I believe, is because, as Native Americans, we were self-sufficient. God sent down an angel to live among us and teach us all the ways to live on the earth, in this state, in this location. I mean, yeah, wherever they were, ultimately America, so just in general. And these are people, learned those ways and became self-sufficient, and, God went back or, inhabited another spirit, or, that same person stayed within this area. And so knowing all of that, you have this, and then you have some colonizers who were not taught the ways. Whoever the colonizers were, whether they're white people, brown people, whatever, they weren't Native American colonizers, all right? It wasn't like the slave trade, but it was very similar. And that's why they were able to get away with that type of thing, because of the slave trade, or because of how other people were being treated in the slave trade. Anyway, so they come and they ask, or we invite them to join us for dinner. A dinner we normally have every day, probably every week. We have it consistently. This is a regular part of our day that we have this dinner. And they just walking around, don't know what to do. They got guns and weaponry and shit. And we're so loving and generous and giving that, we treat them like they've been living there. They've been learning our ways and stuff like that. We didn't never make them feel unwelcome. And they took advantage of that. Believe me or not. But many people do that today. Many single mothers are single mothers because people, especially niggas, deadbeats, do that. You always have, most of the time you have a woman that says, yeah, when he came in my life, I had all this and all that, Mm-hmm. And then he just left me. Or he took all my stuff. He broke my stuff. He destructed my stuff. So that's why I think our ancestors should be the only thing that should be thanked. It should remind you to thank others. But the real reasons, like Jesus is the reasons for Christmas, for the season of Christmas. What up, Jesus? That's what they should be saying all throughout Thanksgiving season. Our ancestors are the reason. Because despite all this that we had all together, they come there, learn our ways, make us feel comfortable. But even on that day, they showed us a red flag. Because most of the time, when someone offers you something, you should also go that extra mile to compensate for their state of being, their state of mind, what they have. Don't just take it because they offer it. So people like that, when you offer, and it was kind of probably even something you didn't really want to offer, or it just looked like it would be better off without their offer. I mean, it wouldn't hurt them to not offer it to you. So I'm saying all this to preface it because when they first came, we offered them our seats, basically, figuratively and literally. We offered them our seats. And knowing who we were, knowing our position in that party at the time, whenever that day was, knowing our position, they could have been like, nah, this is your seat. Nah, this is your car. Nah, this is your house. I'm just a guest. So that'd be a red flag when someone misses that opportunity. You, as the person being offered, or whatever person you're offering something to, that would indicate to you what type of person they are without them going any further. And we've all been like that. But they get clever. They find a way to slither in anyway, even when they do compensate for it. Do remind you, just to keep you at bay, just to keep you in a position where they could always find you. So they could continue on with their plan. So in some of the pictures that are circulating around the internet that depict Thanksgiving, you will see what I just said. Some people considered where our ancestors were supposed to sit, but some people didn't. And you will see it in these pictures. Look up a Thanksgiving picture with the Native Americans. Shout out to the 8 people in here. Gotta say that, because they be fucking with my shit all the time. And all I'm trying to do is to get people to understand where there could be flaws that were meant to keep you at bay. They introduced this holiday, Thanksgiving, or, we've been in programmed to acknowledge this holiday, Thanksgiving, this feast that was shared amongst two groups of people. And then we just think that they were in holy matrimony. So to go back to talking about them and how this unfolded about them. So some of them were told to, sit on the ground. Some of our Native American ancestors were told, some of us were told to sit on the ground. Okay, I believe in incarnation, so reincarnation, so I speak like that sometimes. I don't think I'm holier than thou, but I'm holier than most. How about that? Anyway, we were some of us were told to sit on the ground. Another red flag. but in a way where it looked like they weren't trying to take over. So you will see some people sit on the ground in some of these pictures that are of the feast, Thanksgiving feast pictures with the Native Americans. But some of them are sitting on the bench. But most of the white people, the people who joined the Native Americans, were sitting where these Native Americans should have been sitting. So try to apply that, what I was talking about, with if you offer or not, seeing the red flag. Some of them offered, some of them didn't. Some of them didn't get to offer. Some of them were made to think that they were offered a place. And then they had guns. But we are told that this was a feast that was happily shared. But we see the discrepancy. But I'll be called crazy or whatever that conspiracy theorist. Yeah. Conspiratist is that one? Okay. Do you gotta always say theory? But anyway. But like we're told that, they just was sharing the feast. And not all of us are tuned in, even like me, to believe in reincarnation, to, kind of confirm some of this stuff. I remember the Trail of Tears. I remember that. I always hear the cries every time I bring it up. So I refrain from bringing it up. I remember learning about it in school, where mostly it was focused on the fact that these people were migrating. When I read about migration or learned about migration first in school, like elementary school, it was more about that. But it's called the Trail of Tears. And I didn't get this epiphany until I was adult. So I haven't always been like this, or I haven't been always able to connect and see. But once I know better, I do better. So it's such a shame that people try to sabotage that. Still haven't even gotten a like. Dang. That shows us the energy right there. Why are you not thankful? Why are you not thankful I'm bringing you a message from your ancestors? Fucked up. And I hope you're not the same person. Because it's a shame if by now I haven't gotten a like. I feel the value in what I have to say. No matter what the fuck y'all trying to do. Shouldn't you be cooking? Your hands shouldn't be moving on nothing but food, because that's all you care about. You care about the materialistic things. You can apply this to anything. The people are just so hell-bent on hurting me. They don't want other people to learn that from me. But it's okay. Somebody's going to eventually learn it, and I hope it's not when it's too late. Motherfuckers always start getting excited about who I am and what they can find out about me when it's a little too late. Anyway, yeah. So basically, I say, considering all of that, I say that we should be thanking our ancestors, or I thank my ancestors for sharing, allowing them to take over, whatever, fighting, enduring that treatment during that time. If we're going to acknowledge this day, because they were the real star players. They were the only ones supposed to go down in history if it was the right thing. And then right after that is Black Friday. That don't tell y'all nothing. And I mentioned the slavery earlier. That's related to slavery. But that's why they were able to get away with what they did to the Native Americans, our ancestors, our family. Because it just looked like now it's another slave deal. And that was okay in the United States of America during that time. And I'm not really good on, like time, like pinpointing the numbers in time that this could have possibly happened. You can, only thing I really know is 1776, but some other ones I know, but like I don't really care too much about it because I know that's not what's important. What's important is putting these things together despite when they happen. Because if you really think about what history is, and this is why I say all the Bible is not true, you got to use your discernment. Because if you think about it, history, all right, people were able to document this. People were able to gather facts, right? So it means that was a mission or a project for somebody at one point in time. Think about when you got a research project. Do you think your essay gonna make it, or your research paper gonna make it into the history books? It probably could. It probably actually it has potential to, based on how history has been documented and put together, make us to believe a certain thing. Like I said, that picture looks like because of how it was introduced to us, it was introduced as end all be all in a jolly manner and stuff like that. But if you really put things together and try to make sense of it, like even if you're not putting exact points that I'm putting and bringing forward to you together, like if you think of it in that way, and you will see that somebody try to really pull a wool over your eyes, you should be offended at that person or these people who's trying to present this in our face, play in our face. It ain't just about like, neglecting Black histories from schools and, not covering enough Black history and shit like that. Like, based on what I feel like how history is recorded, it's like archives. It's like, you putting shit together. Somebody was assigned this at one point in history, and then they was able to publish that shit to make it look official. And then we're taking this as fucking word. It's a man who did this. And then they present it to us in a way that they had to plan in order for us to accept it. It was like, well, if we present it this way, they gonna think this. So they presented it to us so well because they planned it so well. So if you think about it like that, you would never take anything for face value. Not even Google. Speaking of Wikipedia pages, because I was thinking about that when I said Google. Like when someone has a Wikipedia page, I was just talking about, like it's like it was a project of theirs. They took the time to research whatever this topic they're writing about. But us as users, most of the time when we're looking for something in Google, looking for Google to tell us what something is, it will pop up Wikipedia. When I was in school, I remember like our teachers not wanting like Wikipedia as a source. And it's because anybody could get on there and edit it. Anybody could get on there and post an article if they did the necessary research and met the certain qualifications of what a Wikipedia page template would ask for, whatever, to be able to post on that platform. But why teachers, educators, are telling us not to use that as a source? Because it's not a reliable source. So imagine all of our history is unreliable. Thank you for the first like. Bonus blessings to you. I was wondering when I was gonna get my first like. At least less than 20 minutes, okay? And shout out to the 2 people. I saw like 8 people up in here. I gotta say that, not too long ago. And it was 5 or something like that. But I gotta say that every now and then. Because they are looking to rewrite my history. I had a whole channel like this one on Facebook. Then they create some type of thing where they're moving out storage of live videos. How long has Facebook been around? Or how long has live videos been around on Facebook? And before that happened, I only had that channel, or was only doing live videos consistently on that channel for 3 years. All of a sudden, there's a requirement that we're evaluating the storage of live videos. So now all your live videos are going to be gone. What? Exactly. So now during this moment in time, those 3 years, they're not going to be considered in history. Nobody's going to be able to reference those again. I could go on in many other aspects of my life, but especially that one. And I've been bringing that up a lot lately in my videos, because I haven't not wanted to think about it, talk about it, because I just don't think that was fair. And then when they told us about it, it was only like 2 or 3 months before then. And you expected me to try to move 3 years worth of content, where most of my content is live videos, over to some type of storage place? Nah, I didn't even bother. I downloaded those files and didn't even bother to try to put them anywhere. Fucked up. So if you're watching, that's why. And I have not posted a live video since then. Or before then, way before then. When I heard about it, I was still rolling them out, but not really as much. It was sparingly. But look, there was a time in history. So in the future, there's going to be a time in history, and we're here in the future right now. There was a time in history where Facebook implemented some type of law or whatever it is, policy, where they deleted certain files. So these new historians in the future, or us in the future, don't even have stuff like that to reference. It is not just me. So many other people had live videos. And then that had educational content. Thank you for the second like. May God bless you bonusly too. Yay. I got that second like within 2 minutes. Okay. But yeah, so yeah, I got to celebrate these type of things, because they do everything they can to knock me down. And me stopping that was not them knocking me down. I'm like, nah, I ain't about to give you no more motherfucking shit that you could just take from me in the future. The fuck? How could you do that? And live videos existed, I know, way before 3 years prior. Way before. So it only took me 3 years to be able to experience something like that. But I don't think nobody else took it as hard as me. I don't know. I haven't come across, God didn't bring nobody in my path that felt the same way as me about losing all that content. Maybe they didn't lose all that content because they posted it on other things. That's not the point. My source shouldn't have been deleted. Why? And then something like that, so blanket, you should put qualifications on certain things, because I understand it's giving me where I could imagine Google is, or any email company is, where like, I know there's a lot of people who make so many different email addresses, and then they don't use them, or maybe they forgot it. So those type of accounts are lingering in the air. But that's when you do this. That's the spring cleaning. I should not be involved in no damn sweep, dog. Sorry. Yeah, but anyway. So I think of certain things in that way, even that. Like, I wasn't trying to put those things together, but hopefully y'all is coherent enough for you to follow me, and and even do your own research. Shoot, see? I'm telling you now to do your research on something, or it's been suggested, the opportunity has been provided, whether it's from God too or not, for you to do your research. That's how history is made, has been made in the past. But they erased that part of the process. That ain't part of the supply chain, because everything is made to look definitive and absolute and all be all, like they have the authority for that, for confirmation of that. And then us as citizens, we just accept it because they presented it to us in a way that basically they're forcing us to accept it, but with a smile on their face, like the colonizers did to our Native American ancestors and many of us, because we were living through during that time. And then on that picture, the Thanksgiving feast picture with the colonizers at that feast, they're showing us the stuff, and they're so they, like, if I'm seeing, like, people, some people are sitting down, some people are standing up, but most of the people are sitting down on the tables. It's the white people, and it was supposed to be in their feast. It was supposed to be our feast that we were gonna create anyway, but they got the tables or whatever. Why is that even a thing in time? And why hasn't anybody thought like thought of the discrepancy in that enough to show us? They deleted like tons of live videos from people, because even then, I'm trying to say, is presenting a flaw that they don't even see, but they're implicating or being involved in an agenda, trying to push forward an agenda. They not even understanding what the fuck they posting and putting out there. They might as well be a social media campaign manager for history, and stuff like that, where you could just expect mistakes. But knowing that about these people that put history out there, we should know that we can't believe everything we see, and we can't believe it as we see it. And then, if we do believe it as we see it, that anger should not be towards others that have nothing to do with it. It should be towards that motherfucker who tried to fucking play with us. Whoever created that. Whoever was responsible for that. Sitting here and showing us it ain't really what we telling you. But because of how well you presented it, we don't see it that way. Same thing with sharecropping. They came to us as Native American independent citizens, or just people in general, with some fucking paper that we never needed in our life. We didn't really need that to define where we're going to live and shit like that. But they just gave a paper to convince us to give up our land and our territory, our property and assets and shit. Essentially. But if you read about sharecropping, you probably will get a whole different perspective. I'm not trying to make you think like me. I'm just showing you that everything that they give to us, it could be a flaw in that shit. But don't be arguing with me later on for something they already gave to you. They put their hands on that already. And I bet you I could find their fingerprints. Like, motherfuckers will be talking to you, telling you stuff about other people, right? And sometimes you can have the discernment, or you should have the discernment to be like, even despite what this person is telling me, I'm going to listen or whatever and get it full, true facts or whatever, how I need to do. But I got to also use my discernment or my experience with that person myself, whether you know them or not. And you're about to see what I mean when I say whether you don't know them too. Why I'm including that. Because that's your experience with them. You don't need nothing else. That's your prevention right there. to get settled, to not get sucked into anything else that's going to come from this person telling you stuff that doesn't align with their character about someone else. You don't know this person. So your experience with this person is none. So you act from that role. But sometimes you would know this person, right? So whether you agree with this person now or not, gonna determine how you will possibly be roped into their karma or not. Because they will bring you into their stuff and you will be roped into their karma just for them telling you something. You ain't even got to do nothing back, but you got to say something back. And how you respond is how your karma is going to get dished out. So if you know good things about this person, and this person is sitting here telling you bad things, you can sit there and listen, but hold on to the experience that you had with that person. But also use the information they're trying to give to you. And at this point, you probably should be offended. Because maybe what they're saying is not, it should, like, whatever they're saying is not contradicting what you think about this person. If you think this person is a good person, and whatever they're saying about it is not making you change and making you hate this person too, or, like, talk bad about this person too, it should tell you something, So, sorry, I explain myself a lot. So, and so, but if you agree with that thing, just know what's coming with that. Just know how it's going to line up. So you will have a person who going around talking about all their family members. Thank you for the third like. May God bless you too. 32 minutes. That's pretty good too. Shout out to that one person. I've been in here for a good minute. I appreciate you. So you'll have a family member talking about, their different family members, and now you have met all the family members that they've been talking about. So you have your own opinion of them. And most of the time, you will probably have a good opinion of them. You're just hearing this person talk about them. And then So why I was getting to this is because I'm saying that if you partake in the energy, you're going to end up getting the karma that comes from them. Because you could be a person who thought good about this person that they were talking to you about. And then once this person go back and tell that person they were just talking about you, and you ain't even been against them. Now you look like the bad person. To now even that person, they were just talking about them. But what they've done is rope that person they were already talking about. And now that person has done, thinking something about you, and you ain't even thinking nothing about them. So the karma is justified there. They ain't do nothing. But it's justified with the involvement in entertainment of that. And God created that gossip about this person in the first place to test anybody in this situation. That person gossiping, the person they're gossiping about, and you in some type of way. So I was talking about Wikipedia pages and how they're not reliable and stuff like that. So imagine all these people this person was talking about, is lying on this. This source is not reliable. And then they find out this person was talking about them, and they find out that now that person is the reason why bad stuff is starting to happen to them. They're responsible for it. Because now God is like, you have to pay for that person. You chose to go against this being, and this being didn't even think nothing bad of you. This person thought bad of you. I did a reading not too long ago that said there's always one family that bullies the other. And most of this happens when you get married to people too. Then their families and shit like that. Saying bullshit about people who heard all these bad things about you and would have never said nothing bad about you and couldn't be forced to think anything bad about you. So, how you're taking my message today, the offense that you feel that you're taking in my message today, tread lightly. Tread lightly. That's all I can say. I'm not going to do nothing. I just know how God works. And like, why does these people have, then they're going to find out all this shit. And we're like, why I got to pay for this motherfucking karma? They don't even like me. They don't do this. They said this about me. They did this to me and all this type of stuff. Shouldn't have been talking shit. A Virgo man could be significant. That was a line from Cat Williams' stand up. Yeah. And like I said, it was a test for everybody. You didn't even know the test was happening. And it was about you. The shit was about you. And now you getting karma? You was the victim at first. But that's how fucking easily influenced these people can be. People can be in general. Because of what they see in their face. Go on, girl. Go on, girl. I'll be fine. Neo, a Libra man, could be significant. But yeah, so, the Wikipedia page, the unreliability, I was going back to that. Another situation I wanted to get into, but I don't think I should get into it right at this moment. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm gonna actually, I'm gonna put a pause on it. Can I put a pause on it? I wish I can show y'all, it's on pause, but whatever. Anyway, I'm about to put a pause on it, but I'll be back. All right, I'll be back. One moment. Hey, I'm back. All right, so yes. Well, um, so what I was saying about a Wikipedia, so the Wikipedia, right? You know how like anybody can post on there, and so the person who is being written about, they're probably important enough to be written about, or the subject is important enough to be written about. Some people may wonder, some people have wondered, or something like that, and and then like, so this person is important enough to be written about. So the person who's writing the Wikipedia page, that's their mission, that's their project to work on, to study from. And if you look at Wikipedia, they will have the references at the end of where they got their information. So if you look at all history, it has been written like that. You at least agree a bit more, way more, with me in a lot of what I'm saying. You don't have to think the same thing, but you'll probably agree with a lot of it and not want to oppose me because you don't believe it, like, and I just don't be getting that part. But and I'm not trying to beg you to believe me and beg you to think what I think. Trust me, I don't want you to. Like I said, I just hope you figure it out before it's too late. I was trying to give it to you on the fucking platter. Your ass gonna have to fucking pick that shit up in fucking pieces now. And then you're gonna be even more mad because now you're at the point where you're thinking like me. Now you're thinking like, I can't believe everything I see. So now I don't even know how to decipher the truth. So the joke will be on you. So why should I get mad? Why should I waste my energy getting mad? So Candace Owens, she has a Wikipedia page. And I've been talking about, I've been getting information about and nudges to speak about how she's, trying to make people believe something else was up with Charlie Kirk. Sorry, I was about to call him Charles. Okay, is his real name Charles? Okay, well, do you prefer Charles? Okay, Charles. Okay, Charlie Kirk. Okay. He probably prefers Charles now, okay? Like, yeah, Charles is fine. I like that. Okay, I like that. Not saying like, anything crazy, but yeah, you like Logan. Okay, somebody's name could be Charles or Logan, Charlie, Betty. But anyway, yeah, so I go, like, when I finally bit at the bait, because they've been baiting me for a long time now, like, because I didn't really care about it, and not to say I don't care about something happening to someone like it did with him. No, I didn't care about what she had to say, because I always wondered, why are you saying this? One of the first videos or shorts I saw of her on this subject, talking about the subject, was the text messages her friend Charlie Kirk, or Charles, had sent her. One of them. I think that was the second one, And that's why I wanted to look at it, because I wanted to see the source of the information, not just what somebody's sitting here telling me, or wondering why they sitting here telling me some stuff. But anyway, so when I finally bit at the bait, I go to Wikipedia, like, and I know what I know about Wikipedia, but it's like Cliff Notes to me, like, see, I just changed my perspective. I'm not trying to shit on anybody, but if you know what people are doing, you can't be fooled, like, I just don't want to be fooled. Like, I'm not hell-bent on misunderstanding anybody or trying to find the flaws here, but you're not gonna sit here and plaster flaws up in my face and then expect me to believe it, try to force me to believe it. Nah. Anyway, So I go to her Wikipedia page, and it gives me this, like, when I got to the end of it, yeah. So when I got to the end of it, I was able to get this vision of a building that had everything set up. Like, it was this new building, or it was like a new place this person or a person has inhabited. And, you know, they just moved in, like a new house, especially a new business. That's what I was getting. It was more of a building structure, you know. And how she knows Charlie Kirk is they work together from 2019 to when? Sometime. Or she stopped 2012 to 2019. I think that's what it was. I don't know. But and I stopped right here because in 2019 she met her partner. And I read about this kind of towards the end of her Wikipedia page. So, like I said, at the end of her Wikipedia page, I start getting this building structure that someone just moved in. It's like a clean office, like it's not been touched, but it's been furnished. It's been prepared. Somebody was already there, right? So it kind of confirms to me why I'm wondering why. If you know what I mean, and you've been listening and following me this far. It was confirming at that time why I'm wondering why. Somebody thought she was more, she was so important, she gets a Wikipedia page. No hate, no tea, no shade, nothing like that. But when I read it, I see an empty office, but it's not quite empty. But it feels, the energy feels so empty. So that means someone has a place they want to fill. So when I'm asking why are you are you trying to convince us? Why are you presenting anything to convince us of anything? What are you trying to fill? What cup are you trying to fill? If it's a cup, what are you trying to put there? Why is it there? And it irked me when I read those text messages and what she said after he was expressing what he thought to her. And then you get up here and say, yeah, me and Charlie, we had handlers plastering flaws all up in our fucking face. And then he tells you, yeah, I think something's, basically they're out to kill me. And he gets killed. And you come with this? Let's really talk about it. We didn't ask you. Well, I don't know. I don't know how it all started. But it's something she presented to us we didn't really ask for. But that's the distraction. That's the mask. That's something to keep us at bay. Like I was saying about our Native American ancestors. Things keep you at bay. Anyway, so hopefully that all made sense and was brought everything to full circle, or encourages you to do your own research. Maybe perhaps add to my stuff, or share with me if you want to in the comments, and stuff like that. I don't really be caring because I don't get them that much right now in my journey, okay? And maybe I won't even be able to, say this to someone in the future, depending on what other policies are put into place. But I'm going to say it anyway. That's why I acknowledge my little victories and stuff like that. I know what I say is valuable. I know my prophecies come true. They've all have come true. And the ones that haven't come true yet, they're so, they have so much potential to come true, or they're giving me so much confirmation that those things are always being reminded to me. It's like where your energy goes, money flows, or or where you look or where your awareness is, that's where the energy goes. It's like, okay, well, even though it didn't happen yet, it's still gonna happen. Like even in the Bible, Since we're talking about how history has been created, like I said, all the Bible's not true. You just got to use your discernment. Ask God for your discernment if you don't have it already, to pick out the things that are true, because a lot of people who decided not to read the Bible is because they probably saw a lot of hypocritical stuff there. And so now it's like we're being boggled down with information we don't even need, we didn't ask for, and it ain't true. Or it's true to the point, but it's y'all not presenting it as truth. Y'all presenting it as something we should stay away from. They hide us from our real selves because they're scared of it. Like I said, our ancestors were self-sufficient, independent, all that, before they came over there and shared that meal with us, that feast, and got a nerve to create Thanksgiving. It's like, yeah, thank you for giving us your stuff, basically. But not in a way where they're presenting it to us. They're not presenting it to us like I just said. They're presenting it to us like it was two groups of people sharing a feast together. Nah, bitch. Nah, nigga. Nah, dude. Nah, whoever. Nah. It wasn't that. So I say thanks to our ancestors for enduring that treatment. Thanks for continuing to be good despite what forces were introduced to you. They probably all didn't stay good. Actually, they didn't all stay good. That's why we got reservations. Reservations were what we collect our reward for saying, nah, y'all can't have all of that. Y'all can have this, but y'all can't have all of this. We're going to fight for it. A lot of people fought and died for those reservations. So you should even be thankful in that regard. If you're on a reservation or if you have access to a reservation, I don't know, but you should be thankful in that case. But we've been taught to be thankful in general. Like it's just a fucking, I don't know. Anyway. But I was going to say like a pagan holiday, but you know, like nothing wrong with those to me. I'm always looking for ways to be festive, but not in an artificial way. And I believe like certain pagan holidays are just, you know, giving us a reason to celebrate in the midst of our normal lives, you know? Put some color in our lives, in our normal lives, you know? Because they honor the, you know, ones that we have to acknowledge. Like, you can't do things what you normally do. But, you know, like the other ones, you know, it just gives you a reason to celebrate. Thanksgiving is one of those days that they honor, though. So, if it's honored, taking that seriously in that regard, it needs to be taken seriously in regards to the truth. Put some respect on their name. Put some thanks on their name. Give thanks. Lift your hands and give thanks. For everything's working out for your good. Oh, my bad. Even if things don't look like they should. Give thanks. Lift your hands and give thanks. He's good. His mercy endureth forever, and he is kind. Marvin Sapp. All right? Saps refers to a tree. Trees have been around for a long time. All right? They witnessed a lot of stuff. Before destruction, they witnessed a lot. They prophesied a lot. But yeah, so you got the Bible. Thank you for bringing me back. Yeah, so in the Bible, you have those people. If I didn't finish it, I feel like I didn't finish it. So you discern the Bible. Yeah, so you got to get your discernment because, you know, basically the Bible was an account from how other people viewed history. But what I was talking about in general, you know, as it relates to like the the prophecies coming true, or putting together the information. Like, in reality, like, even if they put like years in the Bible, like, 300 years passed before this happened, or this prophecy came true, or whatever, like, who's to say someone didn't like, it was just that was the time it was recorded. But some of these prophecies took no time to come true. But when we look at prophecy, we look at it as so many years or so much time has to pass by in order for it to be true. But I don't believe the Bible or what it says, how it references prophecies coming true in the Bible is could do it. I don't know. It's not conducive. Yeah, conducive to the time that it actually happened. Some of these things took, like just a few years to, come true, come to pass. A few months, days. Some of these dreams and visions that actually been recorded, then was probably after, like I was just talking about my visions or my prophecies that haven't come true, but I get like reminders that, it will come true. But more reminders towards the time is going to come true. So what we're reading about their prophecy someone being able to recount it, that could have been that could have been once the prophecy happened. But before that, something happened as well, and vice versa. So like, time really doesn't exist. And I look at that even in divine masculine, divine feminine energy. Like, that's why a lot of divine masculines who are actually male, because you don't have to be, if they do a crime or do something bad, and they end up getting away with it, because divine masculine energy is defined as action. And most of them probably were responsible for securing our reservations, okay? They didn't talk no more. They didn't allow them to shove papers in our face and shit no more. They went on about their business. They peeped what was happening or ended up happening, and they moved accordingly. But the divine feminine energy, it's about, meeting things where they are. So you also have to, when you're looking at it from a criminal perspective, or somebody doing something wrong and not wanting to get caught, this person will get caught because they will stay, if it's distorted, of course, they will kind of stay in wherever the energy is going. So if people really paid attention, that person is right there in their face talking. And because divine feminine energy is focusing on time, as we're talking about, they're focusing on time. They're focusing on when it happened. That's the feminine energy. You got to receive it, because the divine masculine energy already did it. So now, like, we're looking at action that's already been made. We're not looking at really divine masculine anymore, and that's why a lot of them could get away with it. But with divine feminine, she focused so much on time, and we focused on time too. But she also is trying to put together things that already happened. And perhaps that person who is doing that, they're focusing too much on something. And most of the time it deals with the time of something. Oh, when this happened, or we're trying to put that in together. Or they're trying to distract us from that. And a divine feminine, or that feminine energy, is the culprit of why, they catch us or catch them. Hope that made sense, or how I do it. I know how I'm thinking about it, but yeah, like, so we were talking about Candace Owens earlier. And I said, if you just think about it, Charlie Kirk, he's been assassinated. People were able to witness his death, okay? But there is a divine feminine still at the podium talking. And they had already caught the killer, right? Wasn't the killer a man? And most of the time, if the man get caught, it's because they start feeling that feminine energy. Feeling remorseful. Slipping up. Not just being focused like divine masculine could be. That's why they say we emotional creatures. Women are emotional creatures because they kind of, that shit evaporates on them. So it's like, it's more present in us. It appears on us. This is what they see. But with them, you can't really see it. It should be on them too, though. But it's not. Of how reality of the situation is. Ancestors, I hope I'm doing y'all justice. Okay, so Messenger. Oh, yeah, we got Messenger here. Okay. Facebook Messenger could be important as well. DMs, it goes down in the DMs. It goes down in the DM. Newell, a newborn as well, could be significant. Tax, or your ancestor is saying like they reincarnated as a newborn. Olivia. Even the tax evasions, like or some of you guys, some of our ancestors lost property because of property taxes. Like all of our houses were paid off and stuff like that, and that's the culprit they got us in. Obatala, Orisha energy, main ancestors energies right here, right? Tala, Allah, Allah, hi Allah. But Oba, as well. But Obatala, he's initiatory energy, purity as well, mastery, in reverse. These are fake masters. And Orishas, they have killing energy. Their solution to everything is to kill. Anyway, so someone could be trying to represent themselves as someone who's pure, someone who's spiritual, someone who's, of a certain dynamic to give, so others could give reverence to them. This could also just be an elder who hasn't earned the respect that they're given. That movie, The Hate That You Give, is significant. I've never seen it. I never got the chance to see it. I almost did though. Young nigga in reverse. I'm also even getting like a lot of your children, sad to say it, a lot of our children have been taken into foster homes. A lot of the Native American children have been taken to foster homes. Growing up, I used to say, like, why do a lot of black people always want to rep that they're Indian, or Native American, even though they weren't born, on a reservation, perhaps, or in an environment where they're Native American, and then sometimes they just say it, because, they heard somebody else in their family say it, but the person in their family don't even know why they're saying it, it's just, and now I see the energy behind it, some of this, even the people who are claiming it's not true though, even if their family told them and stuff like that, it's not true, but some of it could be true, or it's the reason why it's so present in like regular people's environments, or people saying that in regular environments, is because they were taken out of their homes or our ancestors were taken out of their homes, and then the energy or, DNA or, all that type of stuff transpired as well. So it makes it true, but if I just took it as, people just saying like, yeah, because my grandma told me this or my mama told me this and stuff like that, like I would think everybody who said that, even though, yeah, it's not everybody, but yeah, everybody I've met, they were not all Native Americans, even though they claim to come from it and stuff like that. But a lot of people got lost in the system and stuff like that. Even when you're dealing with CPS, Child Protective Services, they be asking you stuff like that. In Arizona, they give you $3,000 a month for a kid from the reservation if you're a foster parent to that child. What does that tell y'all? Why is that, like, what is so special about them or us, What is so special then? But we're not treated like that. But when it benefits someone else, or when it's, I don't know, when you could collect money or something off of it, we're worth so much more. But in order for people to take stuff from us, we're worth nothing. That's weird. And earlier I was talking about how some of the red flags like were present, when these colonizers showed up at our campsite, or the Native Americans campsite. But yeah, it's us, all right? But yeah, because I know I'm Indian, but because nobody has given me a paper, they don't consider me Indian. Since they can't collect proof on me, they claim to not be able to collect proof on me. I am not Indian. And I know damn well I'm Indian. Or at least a Native American Indian. But I gotta go, I gotta go figure out how to be related to them. And why is there a process like that? Anyway. So, but yeah, I was saying, there was a red flag when the colonizers approached us. And sometimes when people approach us, there are red flags that would have prevented us from even having to deal with them further. Tests or offers we could have made or did make, and their response to those offers would have showed us everything we needed to know. So the reason why I think this so heavily, say if somebody was online dating and they want to meet for the first time, right? You match or whatever it is. I don't do online dating. I don't really know how it works. I only know how it kind of works from what it was in the past, when it was just that, when you got on the internet, that's all it was. But, I don't do it like that now because of that, because that's not, even when I got on the internet, that's not what I was looking for either, so I don't do online dating. Okay. But, it doesn't mean that, like I can't never use that tool to, keep in touch with someone as well. So I just wanted to, like somebody must be in a long distance relationship. So maybe that's the way you could just look at it like that. You online dating someone. All right. Just because you can't see them all the time doesn't mean, like y'all can't make it work, or that could possibly be the missing part of y'all relationship as well. I don't know, but something like that's significant. But yeah, so you online dating, you dated someone online. As a man, let me speak from a man perspective. You dated someone online and you match with someone and they want to meet, or you want to meet them, or something like that, okay? And you as a man is getting their first place. You just got your first place on your own or by yourself and stuff like that. So a normal reaction is, to invite anyone, it's like having a housewarming, that's a normal reaction. You will want to invite people, all right? Nothing wrong with the invitation. But also, the person you're inviting has to consider you on certain levels. And if they don't, that shows you everything you need to know. You probably don't even need to go on a date. So you offer them to come over. What they should say is no. You met this motherfucker online. Why is the first time y'all meet, you gotta go to their house? And let me add, You're not just going to the house for the date. You're going to the house to meet up there, which means it's an unnecessary step. So that's why I think that person being offered should have said no, should say no. It's unnecessary. But where I'm thinking the red flag has been presented, you probably share with this person, or this man has probably shared with this person, yeah, I just got my own place and all this type of stuff. You know, this person, this girl or this guy, whoever they're dating or trying to date, they may not think of or consider those particular things that I just mentioned, but they would consider that as a factor in their decision whether they should say yes or no. So being that they didn't even consider the factor, it's like, why do you want to go, i.e. over my house, an unnecessary step, i.e. unnecessary step or space, unnecessary step to my house? I just moved in general, and I just met you online. Why do you want to go to my house? Why? And the reason why I say this is a red flag, because the person who says yes, they're really saying yes because they want to see where you live. They want to see a little bit more than they shouldn't even care to see right now. I just met you online. It's full of trashy ass motherfuckers. I'm not saying everybody online is trashy. It's full of trash, all right? Why do you want to see where this person lives? Why do you want to see what this person has in their house that you can't see online? Why? Like I was talking about Candace Owens earlier. Why are we in this empty building where it seems to be no activity, but it's filled with shit? Why? A new house. They probably just furnished it, something like that, but they just moved in. So no activity is really there. So why is someone who had nothing to do with that shit wanting to come there? So that's an immediate red flag for me. Like, if it was me, as in that same position the man was in, and then I offered because I'm just so jolly or something like that, I'm actually paying attention to whether or not they accept it. But not all the time do I pay attention in the same regard that I'm paying attention now. So it's room for errors, you know. But you could also see the type of person, and especially with people being sent into our lives as agents, being hired by people to spy on us. And now you see why an unnecessary step shouldn't happen. Because they're sent. It's like, oh, access. That show Scandal could be significant. Shonda Rhimes, what's her name? Kerry Washington. Oh, what's his name? I don't remember his name. He play on that movie this Christmas with Chris Brown, Loretta Devine. These names and initials could be significant for you. But yeah. So I was getting that. So I was getting a movie. What was the first movie? This Christmas, and then it was with Scandal, the show. There was this time where, there was this episode where there's a team of, white, they call themselves white hats, okay? It was Kerry Washington's team, and her name is Olivia Pope on that show. Earlier I said Olivia, or not too long ago, right? Yeah, so, see, there's resonations right there. And I didn't even think about this show until now. But there's times where there was this episode where the hacker I look at him as her pit bull. And essentially everybody on her team was someone like she caught, like, I mean, she got out the gutter and changed their life to the fullest, so they act as if they owe her, which is true. It is true. They should owe her, but owe her in a way where she's not having to call it out to. But anyway, so her pit bull, like, he was taken from his family. He was banned. His family was forbidden to see him. That he created. So he had a wife and a son he had to leave behind to join this operation that Olivia didn't even know about. And this operation was ran by Olivia's dad. And so, like, they do certain things to you, but they train you to be assassin technically. So she ends up hiring him after her dad was done with him. So he knows all this stuff. He was trained certain things. But so he was separated from his family. I'm saying that for a reason. But because of that, like, he just focused on his work. Whatever he did. I mean, whatever Olivia needed and he could do, he did it. And stuff like that. And then, so he wasn't dating nobody or nothing like that. And so he finally first dates someone or finds someone he was interested in dating. And he finds out that, and I believe they came from the same organization that's ran by Olivia's dad, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly. They came from that same organization. So that's another probably reason why they're attracted. But I say all this to say, he hadn't been dating all this time. So when they go over her house, when she goes in the bathroom, he takes all her IDs and credit cards and stuff like that, and takes a picture of them. Takes a picture of each one. And he had trust issues and stuff like that. But he did it so he could find out more about him. So imagine you invited someone you've never met before, only know them online, and it's an unnecessary meeting into your house. You just gave them access to do stuff like that. And even if you watch them the whole time, you could watch them the whole time, but you gave them access to do something. Access. They may not take that access. They may not take that chance, at least, to do whatever they got to do. So that's why it could be a red flag that prevents you from doing anything. If you see how people take to your offers. And you got to look at it from the perspective as if they should be considerate. You should expect consideration. When you're offering something, you should expect some type of consideration. If you're going to attack any strings, consideration. Especially with something like that. She got to consider something. He got to consider something. But like I said earlier, they will get so good at presenting this to you. Some of them would be like, yeah, nah. They'll turn down the offer. Some of it would be genuine. They will turn it down genuinely. But some of them will turn it down and really hope that you be like, no, I insist. Or, kind of force it on them. Just to look like that. Or they will actually acknowledge what you need to acknowledge, yet still accept the offer. That's why that red flag of consideration is so important to spot. It's like, if you see that red flag, it's like, okay, if you said yes, I think a certain thing, but if you say no, like, I gotta see why you're saying no, basically. But not to prove, like, to get me to back off, but it's like, why are you saying no? I gotta see your intentions and shit. Because people do stupid shit like that. And he just met the girl. And she didn't, like, she was very good. That's why they attracted. Like, she was just very keen and sharp. She was a sharp shooter as well. I can't remember what she was. But, like, she didn't really give him a reason to like do that behind her back, like that. But he had these other things in mind and stuff like that. But people would have a forward mission in mind to do just that to you. And they ain't doing it to protect themselves, all right? But anyway, hope that message blessed y'all. Y'all enjoyed it. But yeah, we got Hallie, Holly, Hallie, Holly Berry, Black Huff. All right, this is one of the original tribes of our Native American ancestors. It probably was that tribe at the Thanksgiving feast on that picture. But yeah, I love that. Okay. But yeah, someone's a chief, like you come from a family of chief, you probably are a part of the Black Hoof trial. It was giving me Black Wolf too, and some of us have spirit animals in our lineage that have been in our lineage since the beginning of time. And in my family, and I know this because in my family it was a wolf, and I just started thinking about that too. And then I was just talking about that show Scandal, and I compared the hacker or Olivia's, what was his name? Huck. Yeah, his name was Huck, and I compared him to like her pit bull. Like he gets her to do, like she gets him to do a lot of her dirty work. Her hitman, yeah, like something like that. But it was like, and he has this mean stare like a pit bull or something like that. But yeah, someone could actually be the color black or love the color black as well. Hoofs are also giving me the paying attention to the foot of animals, certain animals like the horse. I was getting a horse. Horus could be close to you as well. Hoes are us. Okay, they was hoes. Okay. I want to do whole things with my whole friends. That show Boondocks could be significant. On that show, it was this episode. So somebody been wondering why I say that. It was this episode where a little boy, he was a little heavyset kid, chubby kid. He was being raised by his grandmother, and he got caught by the police, driving a car. Driving a car with his friends and stuff like that, smoking cigarettes. And he said when they interviewed him, he was like, yeah, I like to do hood rat things with my hood rat friends. I think he said something like that. But so I just say like the whole, like, because some of us could be around hoes and not do what the hoes do, but some people, like just love that lifestyle. It seems more freeing or liberating and stuff like that, or they just accepted that they like to do bad things around bad people. Anyway. But yeah, so that's what the reference is. So if you was wondering, that's why I say that. Yeah, so yeah, I just like to do whole things with my whole friends. Okay, not me, but people just like to do whole things with their whole friends. We can't be mad at them too much, right? Nose like Beyonce was there, and Knows, Nows, without Beyonce. It's here in reverse. So somebody don't know something as well, or something about that, like just being thankful for the knowledge. Okay, this could be an answer to come through, like be thankful for knowledge, especially what I just told you as well. And I've been focused on that, like I don't normally focus on that, too long at least, or too much, like whether you like take my shit serious or not, because I really don't care. Like I said, I just hope that you take heed in the necessary ways that you need to before it's too late, when you can't do it no more. Rafiki, yeah, that prophecy, okay, from the Lion King. So I know all my prophecies about to come true, huh? Yeah, it's this prophecy that God keeps reminding me of. It don't come to me in a recurring dream. It's just a prophecy that God reminds me of, that is like, we ain't done yet. It ain't happened yet. Because I be wondering, I'm like, was I tripping? Was I being delusional? All right. I'm trying to believe now. All right. What up, God? What up, God? Thank you, God. Thank you. But Kayala Kuala, Quiala. And Allah likes to spell her name with just one L and not two, but you could be the one that worship Allah and stuff like that, or you used to. Serena, Selena, Shaq, photos. There was photos about something. Or I was speaking a lot about that Thanksgiving feast photo. Tunes. Yeah, somebody's tuned in. Or even cartoons or something. A message in a cartoon is significant. I just mentioned the Boondocks. Jordan. Okay. Or Space Jam, that movie. Michael Jordan, Space Jam, it's your chance, do your dance at the Space Jam. All right, Kobe could be running your Angels, okay? Gianna, Bryant, someone's name could be Brian with a T or without a T. Nicole, all right, or Nikki, or Nick as well. Long, or Nick used to be Nicole, or Nicole is now Nick. Long thing. Salvadoran. All right, so Gruyere, Green. These are probably just confirmations for you. Bro, a brother, significant. A brother who's a leader or something, or a brother, someone's brother is a leader or something, or was telling a lawyer about something. Quintessential. Tupac. Hey, Tupac. Be one of your angel ex. I think about game banging when I see Tupac. I know he wasn't really a game banger, but he was a game banger to me. I lived in the hood, so I know what game bangers look like, but I just get his energy, or just fighting energy, you know, like not that he keeps up the fight, but he willing to fight. Malcolm X, like revolutionary, revolting energy. Someone could be repulsive about something, ready to revolt, rebel, raise bell, okay, or against someone's daughter. Adams as well. Adam sales also gives me like selling someone. You know how like they say the first man, you know, which is really not true. The first man that was created was Adam, or like the first type of man was created as Adam. But you know, like Adam with sell in it, it's like, you know, the first person was sold, the first person was doing this, or the first person in your family could be significant, you know. And some of you guys could probably go that far, or was able to do like an ancestry test. Higby, even hillbillies I was getting at as well. Saint, that's also giving me like boats. Y'all have boats and shit, you know. Even jumping off the boat as a slave. Peace in reverse, disturbing the peace, that rebellious energy I was getting. Okay, Brianna, BRE apostrophe capital ANA, but it could be spelled any other way. Or just the Anna is sticking out. Okay, Annabelle, Annie, as well. Orphans, some dolls, voodoo dolls could be significant. Colombia, someone could be doing like that type of spell work, or hire someone in those places like Colombia. Something else came out. LA, I heard too. Louisiana. Yeah. So someone could be from these places too. Parks. Okay. Rosa Parks. Be one of your angels. Yeah. See, I was just talking about the like people in the like civil rights movement, revolutionary movements. Pony. I'm getting Genuine. That's in reverse. Or they took like cattle, horses. You remember I was getting like, you know, the shoes or the feet of certain animals, like even bulls. Are they all called hoofs? Because I'm kind of cautious to say it, because I don't know if they're all called hoofs. But like, you know, like how those particular feet look, you know, like the hard feet as well is significant. You know, even barefooted. Someone could be probably gonna be barefooted, walk around barefooted up in these streets. Okay, Silk the Sonic and Bruno Mars smoking out the window. All right, Birch, bitch. I'll be thinking about that. Birds, sitting on a or the trees, or they cut down the trees, cut down the access. I look at palm trees as grace, since they symbolize grace. And you could tell how much grace a city or a street even has, you know, based on if they have palm trees there or not. And what they do to the palm trees. Pay attention to what happens to the palm trees, and if you really pay attention, it only be happening to the palm trees. Sometimes they'll do the other trees, like the evergreens, the trees that have sap coming out of them, whatever, the other shaped trees. But with the palm trees, they kind of make a special effort to do something. And it is said that a lot of palm trees are transplanted, put somewhere they weren't born. All right. Speaking a lot about that earlier. Baruku, Nana Baruku. Someone's Nana is up in the house. What up, Nana? Nana. Someone's name could be Nana. Markham. Hammer. hamstring, or someone could have pulled something as well. Pull, pullium, service in reverse, servants, or someone didn't do something as well with the lung, or give someone a treatment, or they should be thankful for that service as well. A twin. I'm getting like someone twin died in a room wound, and also getting like the Cain and Abel story. Talia, tail. Someone's on your tail, beauty, or committing beauty magic. Okay, this bitch. All right, they said Birch came back out again. Andy. Okay. The movie Toy Story, Mila, and I said Myra earlier. Yeah. Right, hi, Father God, Ra. What's up? Thank you, God. I believe in Father God being Ra. All right, you don't have to. Corbin, I'm even. I saw orbit here. Or like someone's name could have something like Orbi. Okay, or it could be just Orbi, Ori as well. Obi, Roby, Robin. Yeah, birds are messengers, or someone repeating what you said and now they don't know, or now they know. All right, if you don't know, now you know. Ryan, and I was saying Brian earlier. Wow. I'm called Ryan. Medicine bag. Someone could carry that. Catherine, Pharaoh. Okay, favorite of Ra. They're not they these no name motherfuckers. Okay, or God didn't name them, or God didn't authorize something for them. Boaz as well. Or your ass, Cosmo and Wanda, from that show Fairly Odd Parents, or someone's getting their wishes come true, or you're the reason why, your ancestors probably now have a different perspective of Thanksgiving, even if you don't believe everything I'm saying, like I said, but like if you're not thinking along those same lines, but you see, I'm getting like there. You know how like when you meet people, or you see somebody you haven't seen in a long time, but you're in the midst of something, and then out of nowhere you smile, or I don't know, because everybody don't be smiling. I don't know, but it's like that natural smile, like when you recognize somebody, but it's like it's good. It's like they're feeling your touch, or whatever you're doing, or however you're revering them now, giving reverence to them now, you like they're liking that. It's warming their heart as well. A lot of your interactions are going to change with your ancestors going forward. Keen was sticking out. Cartel, Nova, a big cartel could be significant. Carmelo, Anthony, Pollock. But someone's name could be Pollock. And then the pole be sticking out. Apollo could be significant for you as well. Another form of Jesus. He's known as the divine messenger. But pole be giving me, in his name, it be giving me like they took a vote. Someone took a vote. And we speaking a lot about the Thanksgiving feast, we call it a potluck now, like we rarely use feast when we're referring to what it is, when people bring different dishes and stuff, we'll say dinner or something like that too. But it's like, like they voted, someone voted against you to go to someone's Thanksgiving festivity. So someone wanted to invite you, and someone was opposed to that. All right, that's for somebody. All right, not everybody. She with the I, okay, but it could be with the E. Like it's her, or it's two girls. Danielle. Okay. We did get twin earlier. I was about to say like brother and sister or sibling. Timmy. Yeah. Fairly Odd Parents is very significant. You about to get your wish. Timmy Turner, as well, or Turner could be significant. Fantasia, or you turned into a fan. Someone could look like Fantasia, remind you of Fantasia. Thyme is time. I said thyme like it's spelled, but it's called time. And when I see that herb, I think about time. So the time is time, or someone's looking at the time as well. Margaret, okay, or And I'm looking at how this name could have regret in it. Someone's having a big regret. Okay, Moss, a boss as well. C Moss could be significant as well. Someone's name could be Tatiana. Keviana. Wow. Yeah. So Tatiana, Tiana. The movie Princess and the Frog could be significant. And in there is placed in Louisiana, and I just mentioned Louisiana. And then in there, there's this warlock who he does tarot readings, spiritual practices, grants people wishes spiritually. And at at first, it looks like whatever spell he casts, it works, but it always has this like negative side effect or something like that. Big pharmacy could be significant, but a pharmacy, medicine. Yeah, didn't I say medicine? Queen Naija, that's her song I was singing earlier, or I hinted at. Anyway, yeah. So yeah. Sorry, I lost my thought. Nunu, Lauren, Gwendolyn, Glenn, Robert, Roberto, Roberta, Glorietta, Gloria, Taylor, Gaynor, Pearl, Pedro, Pueblo. You could have lived in the Pueblos or something like that, or a hut, or teepee, or someone was like homeless since they was young. I was getting as well. Harvey, I heard, honey, mother, Jeb up in that thing. Earth sign man could be significant. So earth sign, or someone wants to have earth sign do that. Alicia, Lucy. I love Lucy. Ricardo, Richard, Fred, Brown. And if you're more interested in, the significance of names and how they relate to history, I did a reading like a month or so ago, depending on when you're watching this, of course, that was talking about the names that ruined history. And even though they were, some of the names have actually ruined history, they, because it's been historically known for these names to ruin history, these people are given the names now so that history could be redeemed. But not all of this is being orchestrated by God. God is moving people, some people, but some people are also moving themselves to try to redeem themselves in history. Someone could just be trying to redeem themselves in any capacity. I did a reading about that. Redemption parent alert. Rick, Lucia, Marley, Martian, I heard. Or someone could be an Aries. We are not the same. I am a Martian. All right. Y'all, Star Family is up in here, okay? Cosmo came out many times, okay? The Cosmos, they like, it's us, okay? And they don't like to be around everybody because they see how toxic humans could be. They could see that red flag from far away, okay? And they like, I have not met a human to this day that is decent enough. Or I have no hope in humanity ascending. That's what most of our Star Family thinks about humanity as a whole. So they rarely like to come in our presence, in our energy. So that's something to be thankful for. That access, see? That access. But not only you wanting to get somewhere, but someone wanting to get to you. Faith, okay? Or he keeping the faith, all right? Must I go? Okay, must I go? Must I go on? Masego. But Mace could be significant. Yeah, I was getting reverend, and he used to be a rapper. Now he turned to a reverend. I'm going to leave it there. Marlon. Gardenia. That smell. God is never them. God never them. He could be close to you as well. Coral, I look at him as God is never them. And God is reminding you, I'm never them. I will never do you like they did us. All right. Michael. So his name could be Michael as well. Coral, loyalty. or someone did a strong disloyal act against someone. I did a reading about that like a few weeks ago that said you should never forgive disloyalty or something like that. Yeah. Disloyalty never should be forgiven because they had that access and they didn't know what to do with it. Marvin. Okay, we had Marvin Sapp earlier. Look at that. Mimi. M-I. I'ma shake it off. Mariah Carey. Shake it off. O'Shea. Oh shit. Okay. In reverse. Or somebody's crying over spilled milk. Ginger. Spicy as well. But this is original energy. A lot of melanated people were ginger. Okay. Which explains the Holocaust. Anyway, Rashid, okay? Rashida. Thank you for raining down on me. I'm getting rained down on, and it says 0 people are here. And it's fine. I'm glad. I point that type of stuff out because that's proof somebody's doing shit. Thank you for raining down on me. Rain down on me. With the hearts. I saw that. Hearts will make me dance. Hearts will make me dance. Juicy J. Juicy. Biggie Smalls. Okay, look at them. Quan, rich homie Quana. Okay, Quante or something like that too. Kuan Yin, which is a female Buddha. And Buddha left his, royalty on purpose for the enlightenment of the world. Somebody was being ungrateful. Somebody's being ungrateful. They left their lifestyle. And I was talking about even earlier how sometimes, us or women or men, like, will be with someone. And before they came along, everything was good. And I was talking about a man meeting someone online. They just moved into their new place. Everything was good. And then a colonizer come in there. Or someone with bad intentions fucking come up in there. And then now certain things happen and can't keep jobs, lost their stuff. This person destroyed their stuff. Same thing happened to our Native American ancestors. So thank your ancestors for enduring that. Some of them fought like hell, but some of them didn't want to fight. We were a peaceful people, but some of us didn't mind. It activated up in us, that adrenaline and shit. Patricia, Latricia, Messenger, message, Colin, Colonel, all right, or Colonel. Yeah, someone in the military or, these leaders coming out, a Pope. And I'll say Olivia Pope from Scandal. Heather, Feather. Feathers also mean messages. Or this person is going to get a message or somebody's about to get a message. Frey. Someone also could have like a family who's been trying to hook them up with arranged marriages for a long time and hook them up with ugly partners or something like that. Dre. We had Andy earlier. I was going to get Andy. Junior. Someone could be a junior. Thursday. Something happened on Thursday. Wait, today is Thursday. Oh, wow. Thursday. Wow. Something happens on Thursday. All right. What's happening? Hey. Lean with it. Rock with it. Pates. Proxy. A proxy could be significant. Someone sent in a proxy. Or remember, I was talking about that. Look at that. Moist. A cousin. Or they claim you were a lost long cousin. Tasha. Tosiah, but it could be spelled any other way. Jupiter, they could be a Sagittarius or even a Pisces, a Pop, a father, water sign as well. Bernstein, okay. Mandela effect, okay. Nelson Mandela could be one of your angels. It's giving me the Bernstein Bears, there were a huge situation. What is it called? I don't know. That Mandela effect is, taking place with. It was Bernstein with the E. And now it was saying like it was never with the E. It was with the A. And that is not true. Grave. Okay, someone's going to probably even take something to the grave, but this is giving me ancestors. Look at that. Will you rise from the grave, motherfucker? Come with me. Hail Mary. Come and see what do we have here now? Do you want to ride or die? Ra da 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 da. I ain't a killer. Don't push me. Something like that. See, they don't want to kill you, or somebody wants to kill you, or someone wants to kill. Ancestor wants to kill someone on your behalf. You don't want to kill someone, or like a person doesn't want to kill someone. A spirit, ancestors. All right, Mima. Yeah, I love that Mima, especially if you thought your grandma Mima, or even Mimi as well. Trudy, Rudy, Dee Dee, Fan, Phan, I also get that dessert flan as well. Someone could be eating cheesecake. That's what y'all cooking? Y'all cooking cheesecake today? Pocahontas, sweet potato pie cheesecake. I had sweet potato pie cake one time. It was so good. Shades, Sade, Shady, Sadie, okay. Shaft. In reverse, yeah, they were being shady. They were trying to come in and sneak in. Dun, 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 dun. Your butt is mine. I'ma change you right, but to show your face in broad daylight. I'm telling you, you know what I feel. I'ma lock you up and I shoot to kill. Come on, get up. Dun, 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 dun. Is that bad and Smooth Criminal? Wait, or is that just bad? I don't know. I was thinking of that song Smooth Criminal though. Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Yeah. Jury, okay. Someone's watching you, judging you as well. But a jury, someone's a part of that. Or you guys had a lot of lawyers, people in the court office of law or something like that. Set everybody blame things on set. Set is also giving me like swipe or no swiping. Someone's name could have Dora in it, okay, like Theodora as well, but or just be Thora as well. Thor, could be one of your angels as well. Ascended Master, Judson, yeah, they, or someone's son could also have been a judge. I'm getting as well, or they will be. Menage, okay, Menage a trois, or even this is giving me like sister wives energy, something about that. A lot of that happened in our village, but we're able to do, like we were able to manage it. We didn't pervert it. It's giving me like a lot of perversion. Someone could be a pervert in this energy. Discern. They wanted to stop this. BB, Margaret keep coming out. Marjorie. I'm even getting magenta as well. Chirac. Someone could be from Chicago or Iraq. Geiger, McGregor, I heard too. Disney, Rock, Dwayne Johnson. I was getting him just front and center. Why is that? Arlene, darling. I always think of daughter when I hear that. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Valentine. We are lost and gone forever. Oh, my darling Valentine. Franklin's as well. Frankincense. One of the incense that Jesus was given, they brought to Jesus. Mexico, other in reverse. Mexican. A lot of Indians mixed with Mexicans as well. So you could be Mexican, Indian. Afia. I was getting Mafia when I saw that. Afia. Sophia. Star. Misty. The first one. Didn't I say that earlier too? Warden. Chung, Chingy. I like the way you do that right there. NASA. Yeah, researching. Serafina. Josephine. Someone could have been a fiend as well. So, Giving me when they say Reagan introduced drugs into the community or something like that. Someone was like purposely put on drugs. Tootie, okay, purposely put on the streets as a sex worker. They was tooting that thing, okay. Latoya, even Latoot, a boat, choo choo. It's like a tugboat. It's giving me that tug of war. Billie Jean is not my lover. Yeah, so Michael Jackson, all up in here. But we had Michael earlier too. Archangel Michael could be one of your angels, okay? And his name means one who is like God. And God, well, at least I've been sensing God's presence or feeling the need to just thank God, as God is our eldest ancestor, okay? I also saw a minute, okay? Wait a minute as well. Daria, DW, someone's little sister. Arthur, that show, author. Someone could be an author as well. Or you come from a family of writers, thinkers. Smith, grounded, ground that, or earth sign. His name could be Smith, Ray. Sometimes we call it Ray Ra. But the R-E, okay? R-E. But sometimes R-A-Y too. But someone's name could be those. Casey with a C. And it's spelled like case with a Y. Chike. So someone could be going to case, or they went through litigation and lost a lot of stuff. Yarn. Or someone they let in their house, like they couldn't be trusted. They shouldn't be thanked. In the midst of it all, Rio Grande. Give me that. Ariana Grande could be significant. Tasmanian devil wasn't a devil until he had to be one. As a baby, he was just Taz. Or a Tasmanian, some type of thing. But that Tasmanian is a type of person. And he's able to be this. And then now people label him a devil. Because God instilled a certain power that God knew he was going to need. It's giving me like those horror like the main characters of horror movies, like Jason, Freddy. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better close the door. 5, 6, Freddy gets his fix. 7, 8, better stay awake. 9, 10, never sleep again. Something like that. Nightmare on Elm Street. Elm trees, they mean communication as well. Grown daddy, you're grown up. So a grandpa of a grown adult could be significant. O'Neal. We had Shaq earlier. Mother, Rissa. Yeah, Rissa. That's my mommy name, all right? Which used to be a part of the name of this channel, all right? I did change it. I did. Okay, Cosmic. Okay, Cosmic, Cosmo, keep coming out. All this type of stuff. They reminding you they up in here, okay? Or they losing their mind. Or losing their mind on a he, okay? The news doesn't, or maybe they're a news reporter, journalist, or they were reporting back to stuff. A young nigga, or they hired a young nigga to report to them, okay? Rich. Yeah, rich young nigga, rich homie Quan, or rich homie, a rich homeboy, mister. Yeah, they respected them. A lawyer, a street lawyer as well. A shady lawyer could be significant. Or, that lawyer that people hire in cartels and, or those, organizations that weren't established for good things, legal things at least, They hire a certain type of in-house lawyer that handles all their cases and stuff like that. But it got to be one they could trust, They could trust, with anything. Anus, someone was an asshole. Amos, famous. Talon, or someone's grabbing someone, or someone didn't want someone to grab an opportunity. Junior officially comes out. Fa, la, fa, la, 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 la. Christmas, something about Christmas, or around Christmas. De La Soul, saw the soul. Marquise, with the Z though, but take it as it resonates. Bianca. And they was giving me Bayan. So something about Bayan, Byan. It's like Brian without an R. Or it's like BIAN as well. Bayou, maybe. Arlene. Gregory. Like the whole thing. I don't know. I got Greg earlier, that's why I die. Yeah, Diane. And so they could call someone Die, D-Y. Okay. Almost did. Vice President. Okay. Biden. Or damn, I forgot his name again. Vance, right? Sorry. Murphy. Lee, I heard too. Ain't that the guy from St. Lunatics? Murphy Lee. August. Alvina. Cena even. Tefnut. Okay. Jeb came out the son. Or the son comes first and then the mother as well. Or someone's son was disregarding the mother, or the mother was disregarding the son. Missy in reverse. Or this person is not a good mother, or has never been a mother. Okay. They should be kicked out of the motherfucking mothers club. Okay. We don't take this shit lightly. All right. Those who take motherhood seriously don't take it lightly. Just know a real mother will recognize when another mother is being mistreated. When it comes to their child. The motherfuckers who can't do that need to be kicked out. You ain't invited to our fucking feast. Anyway. Space. Yeah, give me some space. Okay, Eddie. Ed and Eddie. Edward. Tito. Davon. Davon, but it could be any type of way. Keys. Pebbles. Maria. Mary. Or someone you were married to, a significant sale, or someone's in jail. They were in jail. Or they be put in jail around this time, holiday seasons. Kayak, when they travel. Or they got arrested when they were traveling. Harley, in reverse. Harley Quinn. Gwendolyn. Didn't I say that earlier? Soul, the son. But a Hispanic person could be significant. Woodson. I was about to say Carnegie. What is his name? Woodson. He's a historic figure. All right. Dwelling. I was talking about a building earlier. Sheila. Rossi or something. Roxy. Molly. Really. Heru. A hero. Okay. Another form of Jesus. Okay. This is Isis' son. So yeah, you could definitely be seeing hawks and eagles and stuff like that. Tijuana or Tawana, Kiwana, Tawana, or Tijuana, like that. Joanna man, or someone wants to be a man. Roos, mouse, R-O, it's spelled like mouse with the R. Emmett. I was gonna say Emmett. Emmett, okay. Emmett Till. Etta James. Journey. Nichelle. Or someone's niche, or someone's out of their league. Someone was out of their league. A coach, or even, basketball could be very significant. Rejected, maybe you were rejected from, or someone was rejected from playing sports and stuff like that. Dion, and like some of the origination of certain sports and games lied in Native American history, but during certain times when we were doing certain things, things weren't thought about to be recorded. All right. Records are significant when it comes to us. Dion, Dionne, but Celine Dion could be significant. Selena could be one of your angels, or Celine, sorry. Her real name is Celine. An Aries woman could be significant. Capricorn woman. Okay, Aaliyah. I look at her as a little girl. Okay, fault. Yeah, somebody fought, amigo. Or after a friend with a fight with a friend is significant. This friend's name could start with an M and end with a T, but separately as well, or end with a T. Someone could go to MIT or went to MIT. Yeah, this Judy. Yeah, some Judy did. Carl. I heard Lawson, politician, anonymous, or you didn't know this person was a politician. Someone could be like a mayor or a governor in your city, or even like the president or some type of office, vice president of a organization. Someone could have been diagnosed with like a terminal disease and they don't want to give up their seat. They had an episode about that or a storyline about that in that show Scandal too. What was her name? I can't remember her name. Rita. I don't remember. Anyway, yeah, she was an evil bitch, and she did everything she could to stay on that fucking Supreme Court justice. Okay, to hold her seat. She had terminal cancer, and she was hiding it from everybody because she didn't want to give up her seat. Suffering, but you couldn't even tell. She'd get on that podium, did her makeup and all that type of stuff, but spent most of her days in a nursing home. That could be coming for somebody. Sound. There is always a sound that precedes the mood of God. Okay? Harvard or even Ivy League schools being accepted. Some of you guys have been blacklisted and shit. And Rhea, Bria with the I or, with the E. La Brea. Corwin. Jade. Or you can have jade, which is very expensive in Asian culture. Oh, well, it's expensive, but it's valued in Asian culture. Affair. So, or someone could be Asian, Native American, Asian American, or something like that, but with Native American in it, like the Hispanic or Mexican. Affair. Yeah, someone who was fooling around or they crossed tribes. I think during that time they took that serious though. Like you couldn't mate with certain tribes unless you were allowed to, unless it was law. Someone also could have got married at a young age. I was getting arranged marriage earlier. Laura. They could spell their Laura like Lara. Ra was showing me the Ra. That's you. Hey, Ra. Gene. Yeah, it's in your genes. DNA. CQL. Those initials could be significant. First, middle, last name, or nickname. Somebody could have played in that as well, or somebody you know. Maisha. Ta-da. I'm here. Ta-da. Watch out now. It's the little one. Their fault, okay? Because they saw that you were a pup when you was a pope. Someone saw you as a pope when you were younger. Casey with Kaysee. Or they saw that you were a seer. Dion, Deon. Dion's keep coming out. Diana, Dirty Diana, Adina, Joan, Savon. Even someone's savings. They lost a lot of savings as well to a young nigga. Or this person out here dating young niggas. This young nigga keep coming out. All right, beat. Or picking up cars, or someone was kidnapped in a car. What happened? I'm a diva. Inmate, they in jail or they about to get caught. Isaac, it's Issa. Isaiah, Clementine, it's Time. Smith, didn't I say Smith earlier? John Smith from Pocahontas. D Smith, senior, a senior, maybe to that junior that kept coming out. Troy, Roy, Toy. I was talking about Toy Story earlier. Well, not really talking about it. Shiva, the Destroyer, Jazz. They also wanted to destroy a musician or destroy music in your lineage. Breezy as well. Polly. Yeah, or they were trying to force someone to be in a relationship with more than one person. Katie, Cattell. That was giving me cartel again. Sex trafficking could be something. Rail, Rall. Krell, Krall. Or all of them. Dee. Or all, most of their names starts with D. Someone, how like sometimes parents name their children all with the same letters, the first letters. I'm getting that as well. They could be a part of those type of families. Gio, Daddy Gio, or Daddy Ari, Army, or someone's dad went away to the army, Mint, okay, or someone saying like I never meant to hurt you, Mint condition as well. or I meant to bring it back to you in this condition, or I meant to give it back to you as well. Trump, it says triumph without the H. Okay, but so Trump, Rogan, wow. So presidential energy is very significant. Andrew, I forget his last name, Daddy Gio, and he was known as the god of the hood to me. Shavante, Vante, Shavi, Hart here, Maria, Rodney, Sarabi, Roby, Sarah, with one R and no H, but with the H too. Neo, that movie, The Matrix could be significant. And I was singing a song about Neo earlier too. And I think about Neo from The Matrix. But even though it spells differently, Ma'at, I look at her as mama of all of that. So mama is definitely up in here, but she represents justice, balance, and stuff like that. Karma, Mitchell. Okay. It's giving me also like ritual, for this ritual. But Rachel, nap, or someone was asleep, someone's now awake. Mutt will cut, okay? But someone's mixed with a lot of stuff. I was talking about, even being identified in the Native American tribes and stuff like that. Leticia as well. Latricia. Jacquees. Jacquees, Jaqques. Christopher. Someone could be 21. Mary. Oh, hi, Mother Mary. Mother Mary. Might as well be. All right. Might as well be here or something. or I might as well be 21. They're not quite 21, but they saying I might as well be, or I can't wait. You earned it or something. You earned something. Kearney. A kern is giving me corn. Didn't corn come out earlier? Corn, but that could also be like the safe word for the P word as well. Liam, William, Wallace, Wale, a rapper could be significant. Balance, something about that. King, Kenya, Kendra, Roxy, Frederick. I always point out the Derek there. Israel, Israel, okay. Could be significant, or a lot of you guys came from there as well. Malik, Malik. Amon Ra. You're gonna have me roar. I'm about to go, y'all. Looney Tunes. Give me that. A mom. Mother and a mom. So someone is just someone's mom. They're not no mother, all right? I was just talking about that. Carrera. Real. Tashiana. Someone also could live in Crenshaw, Inglewood. A lot of LA or places in California is coming out. Someone could be from the Bay Area. Milan. Is that Italy? Melon. That could also mean someone's pregnant or they lost a baby. Diana. Dirty Diana. This might go on to come out, all right? But yeah, I was saying Diana earlier. Also, Adina's name, when you rearrange her name, it means Diana. It could spell out Diana. So someone's name could be really Adina or Dina, Dino, dinosaurs. Someone's kids could like those. Gordon, Ordeal. I'm even getting, there's Ordeal, or someone could be a chef. I'm getting Gordon Ramsay. Energy or judge of, something like that, of some type of competition. Anaya, Annie, Anu, the full energy, Aries energy, rebel. I knew somebody was rebelling, or someone wants to make peace. Lillian, Lily, Lil, Phil and Lil. Okay, maybe they could be your twin or your they have a twin. Sandy, Andy, Randy, Randall, Tex. Esha, Isha. They could have Isha in their name, Esha, or Eshe. Okay, Christopher. It was giving me like colonel or something like that. Christopher Columbus. Wow, yeah. Wow, and then colonies, or you live, or someone lives over where the 13 colonies used to be on the East Coast. Court, okay. Or you practice law there, something like that. Went to school. Marcy, Marci, Mercy, Babyface, LaFace. Someone could be a producer, songwriter, or something like that. A man, Tinky, Tinkerbell, magical, or your stuff is magical. Million, or you're a millionaire. You will be. Shalon, or someone's gonna have or has $1 million salon. I'm getting as well. CHALON, Loning as well. Lionel, Stacy with the I. Yeah, Lillian, Lily. Lilies, someone could be bringing you flowers. I bring you flowers every day just to roll you in the head. When I'm feeling fine, I'm right on time. I know I'll get my way. Jerion, I was getting Jericho as well. Joshua, Tamika, Tamika, Mika, Miko, okay, Nico with the N, as in Nancy, Fancy, Donda, Rhonda, Honda, Londa. Yeah, they can have Londa like Yolanda in their name or Anda in their name. I'm going up the yonder. Okay, Yeller, oh Yeller. A dog could be significant. Ali, Ali, like Muhammad Ali. Okay, he could be one of your angels. Lacey, Lace, the Lace something, or they poisoned something. Okay, I'm getting like they poisoned something in a treatment. But yeah, Miller, Mel, Melanie, Melody, Ocean, Frank Ocean. Man Sinker is very significant. Gina, or she was trying to take this queen space. Okay, Regina means queen. So when I see Gina, it's like somebody wasn't quite yet a queen. All right, they could be a page. Honestly, they could be a knight. All right. Jefferson and distorted as masculine energy. Gaia, especially this woman earth sign. Yeah. Gigi, someone's Gigi is here, lady. The lady of the house in reverse. She's not acting like a lady. Motherfuckers who focus on that, they be the worst. You know, be like, act like a lady. And they're nowhere near a lady. Jeremy, Remy, okay. And I just really hate elders that, I actually hate them. That act like they were not on tables dancing and shit. Never had like a weekend out or anything like that just because they went up in church. Y'all hear that bird? That's a crow in particular. Beach, Metatron or Metraton. And I look at him as God's homeboy if he's not God himself. Yeah, see, somebody was trying to be God, trying to play God. All right. But he also walks around recording everything historical records. Look at that. Christoph, okay. Or they wanted them to stop something. They wanted them to stop. Marcus, Lori, their loyalty, Lake, okay. They also didn't care about, so they could have left someone like on the trip where they went where there was water or, like it dealt with like a lake activity. They could have left someone or something like that. Monique, Shaquilla Robertson could be one of your angels, or those names, initials could be significant. Nirvana in reverse, or they thought they were in the clear to receive something and they can't. A baby, or they fuck with someone baby. Siobhan Saffron, how it's very expensive and it's very precious, like very delicate or something like that. Delicacy, a delicatessen, a deli, could be significant. Ice Spice, Templeton. Someone could be simpleton, simple-minded, Lena, or someone you couldn't lean on, Bert, okay? Or they took something from you, they burnt you, they burnt the bridges, Sue, or someone's coming back to sue, all right, for something someone took. Janae, like Janae Aiko, Jhene, Jenny, Jeanette. Aiko, with the A at the end instead of an O. I'm getting. Jennifer, toot. Yeah, or someone was tooting someone's horn as well. Someone didn't feel appreciated. Moesha, is reminding me of, how on that show is with Brandy, and they have a curse. Moesha, that show had a curse. Most of the cast, or multiple members of the cast have passed on. They're no longer with us, so they're definitely coming through. But like a TV actor is significant as well. Helen Keller, someone could be visually impaired as well, but still very, mobile, independent, stuff like that. Music is your soul child. It's spelled like that. Love, so many people use your name in vain. Nat Turner, he stood up to his oppressors. It's giving me that. Someone's going to stand up to their master as well. The people, or they're going to see when someone's trying to play in their face, and they're going to stand up for themselves. Quran, someone could study the Quran. This one is spelled like Koran. Korah, with the K or a C. Mac, M-A-K. Seneca, which is one of Yeshua's kids. He had 4 children: Seneca, Salam, Maxim, and Sarah. And Sarah kept coming out. Because Sarah is such a, it don't stick out to me, as just reserved for Jesus. Sorry. But it's a good name. It's just a common name where, like, I don't think about it as fast as I think about it with others, because they're like different, or at least those are the ones that I came up with, or I thought I heard. All right. Cali, the CA at the end of someone's name could be significant. But Seneca is also a tribe, a Native American tribe as well. So that's bomb. Nice. Okay. The 12 tribes of Israel. Someone could be named, one of their names. Their name is one of the tribes of Israel. All right. Cosby, mom, someone's mother. And they could be on the other side too. In heaven. Yeah. Helen came out again. I was thinking heaven. Tavia, Rava. It's Rava time, lava time. I did a reading about that in the past. Mason, Melrose, Bobby Valentino. I saw you walking down on Melrose. You look like an angel. V-E-E. Okay. V's mom, Ren. She could have been a mermaid. Darla. Dear Darla. The Little Rascal, Maxwell. I was getting Maxim from that. But I might as well too. Energy as well. But Maxwell is a man singer. C, a water sign. Male singer could be significant. Seth, with the TH. The first one was set. All right. Also, someone could have set up something, set the table. Someone set the table, or a seat at the table could be significant. Or the seat, what is it called? Seating arrangements. But it's something they say, like, it's a formal name for placards or something like that. Placements. I don't know. It's a formal name, it seems like. Holly. Just give me Christmas. But also fairies could be significant. And that's what they did to the fairies as well. They drove the fairies out so much that they wanted people to believe they didn't exist. Okay. Yeah, the one, or they wanted the one. They thought this person was the one. Corley. Corley. I also got Ashley from that, and Corey. Okay. Or like we were saying, Cora earlier. Sierra. What you mad you can't handle it? Why you mad you can't handle it? What you mad you can't handle it? Why you mad you can't handle it? Even Helena Troy, someone from what I remember, like they sent someone to distract the other team. They sent this Trojan horse, and as well, I don't know if it's the same story, but something in history that happened. They sent something to have the other team look at that thing, pay attention to that thing, and that thing ended up attacking them. It could be a person, it could be, like a gift, a random gift on your doorstep could be significant. Ellis, Perry. Think about that. Caroline as well. Carolina. They could live in the Carolinas, north or south. And that's also giving me Christmas carols. Someone does probably carol. Go around and carol. Do caroling. Houston, Whitney Houston. Houston, Texas, you know. Also get Mississippi. Deshaun, Day by Night. Rodney. I feel like I said that already. Is it Army? Military, pretty, in reverse. Wow, military. RE keeps coming out. ARR. And I'm thinking it say Army. Someone's in the military in the Army branch. Okay. Or they got rejected from the military in the Army branch. All right. Well, yeah, like they were like, oh well, they were done. Or the fact that somebody applied for something made them a target as well. Okay, Atta girl. Attila. I think about that name as Atta girl. All right. This one's name could be Attila. Atta, even. And someone also could have tagged somebody in something. They worked together or made someone see something. Quita. Quita. Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah, the horse. Remember I was just saying, yeah, the Trojan horse. Susie. They sent someone in to distract them. June. They could this could have been a month something happening. But or something somebody's birthday is in June. La Brea. Wow, I was getting that. All right, so I'm gonna leave it here. I may come back way later because I'm gonna enjoy my Thanksgiving in reverence to my ancestors. Either way it go, all right. Despite all y'all trying to push on me, all right. Motherfuckers just be creating scenarios. They're like, we know you're trying to do good. We know you're trying to do good. But come on, we're serving a plate of chaos. Focus on this plate of chaos. Don't worry about what you got going on over there. Don't worry about what has been. Focus on what I'm trying to bring to you. And then you got to stop what you're doing. But just always focus on being good. Because the shit they probably wanted you to pay attention to anyway, that chaos they were trying to serve you, in that goodness, that chaos will come out. But you will be on the dishing out portion of that. Or you would address it in a way that is unbothered. Anyway, I'm about to go, y'all. Do y'all want some advice? You want more? More and more. Yeah, I'm so mad about that. Honor your emotions in reverse, or somebody got to stay quiet about something. Speak your truth in reverse. Yeah, there's no need to try to prove to people you're telling the truth. They will see. Be kind to yourself in reverse. Yeah, focus on yourself as well. I see turtles on this card. Turtles mean slowing down as well. Focus on your slowing down. I thought that said something with a post. It says plant a seed in reverse. You already planted the seed. You already made your request. We heard you. Okay. Have a cup of tea. You know, relax. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. Talk to Mother Earth or your Earth. If your mother is an earth sign, talk to her. All right. Whether she's here or not, hug somebody in reverse, or she need a hug. Or don't touch this person. Okay. Or this person try to touch you and hug you and transfer bad juju. Someone could have 2 kids, or we'll have 2 kids in the future. There's a couple on here, well, a family hugging each other, heterosexual couple, and it's like there's 2 children. Well, there are 2 children, and one is older or taller than the other. All right, so maybe age gap, age difference, or some people out here dating children. You might as well be dating children. Be still. Yeah, be still. Gaze at the moon. Talk to the moon for a minute. All right. But that's also giving me mother as well. So talk to Mother Earth. Make sure you do what Mother Earth was telling you to do as well. Sing your song of life in reverse. I don't care what they say about me. It's also giving me like how they want you to like walk down the street with your head held up high or something like that, or somebody likes your walk or something like that. Lie on the ground, yeah, in reverse. And it's 2 people lying on the ground, so 2 people probably even escaped death this Thanksgiving. They were trying to do some fucking rituals, keep up with some fucking tradition that probably wasn't true. Follow the cycles. Yeah, they were steady trying to go on this fucking cycle. Wow, and that's upright. Look at that. Go with the flow with y'all. Listen to what God's saying. All right. Take heed. Stare barefoot on the earth in reverse because someone is unstable. All right. Go for a walk, or like you probably need to take somebody on a walk and let them know what it is. Let's pull somebody to the side and let them know what it is, who you are. All right. Make some noise in reverse. You ain't even got to get loud. They were saying like you ain't even got to get loud. You ain't even got to get hyped on this. No chaos is needed in this situation. Express your love in reverse. Somebody is withholding love as well. Yeah. And is this person probably keeping up chaos? Y'all see them people. I know y'all do. Feel your pulse, okay? Or feel how this person be making you feel. Pay attention to how you feel when this person's around. And on this card, it looks like it has buffaloes on it. Another animal with those type of feet that I'm talking about. Cows mean providing. Buffaloes mean abundance. So y'all about to be provided with abundance. All right. I didn't want to do these ones. Yeah, especially not that. I don't want to sing. Yeah, we got Deborah Cox. Yeah, Deborah was a dick. We got Deborah Cox. Nobody's supposed to be here. I'm not singing it. Bassett. Yeah, somebody mama is just too much. All right. I was adopted, y'all, if y'all don't know. So I don't even just say a lot of this shit that I've been saying all throughout this reading because I just want to say the shit. Or I think I'm hearing from God. Whatever. I lived through this shit. All right. What I do for a living fuels my passion, and I enjoy doing and thinking about it every day. And when I was removed from this woman's or this family's home, I lost access to a lot of documents. A lot of information that were original documents. Mother Nature is loving and brilliant. So they keep reminding you of Mother Nature, okay? Ground yourself. Sit down or something like that. They really saying like really sit your ass down. That's an instruction. Mother Gaia energy. Gaia already came out official. Or somebody really need to get out, all right? Not just outside. Get out. It all goes without saying. This is my work of art I actually created not too long ago, September 20th of this year, 2025, as I'm recording this, of course, at 7:20 a.m. It's 6:53 where I am right now. How about you? I'm comfortable. But anyway, I'm going to read this and I'm going to go. I don't even want to read. This ain't no song or anything. It's just, I'm not feeling this energy right now. I'm not feeling it. Okay. I'm feeling really unappreciated. Is this my art on the top? Yeah. My art. I want to go though. I want to go. Talking to the Moon. I said somebody needs to talk to the moon by Bruno Mars. We give glory to God and it is shared back. Nice thanks. We give glory to our ancestors and it is shared back. Nice thanks. None energy. I ain't worried about none. Nigga, I ain't worried about none. French Montana. Hannah Montana. Montana. That place could be significant. And it is shared back. Okay. Give glory to God. Give thanks. Give thanks in the right way. Or else you're not giving thanks how God wants you to. Okay. If you know it, you can't unknow it now, all right? You know it. And if you resonated with it, you can't unresonate with it now, all right? Sit down. A Libra could be very important. Another one of my songs. I'll do this one because I'm not singing on this one, kind of. And then we got the Galactic Federation. We knew you was up in here. So see, all your star answers, all of our star family is up in here. I have creatures from other realms and dimensions on my team in reverse. So see, it's like they are upset at a lot of people, but it's been enough people for them to try to reach out to, or maybe just a few people they've been able to reach out to give messages, to render messages to the collective. Sharing is caring and fun, and that's in reverse. So God is like, yeah, you can't share with everybody. See? Or even your cosmic ancestors are trying to say that. Like, you can't be generous with everybody. Everyone has feelings. Stop anything trying to silence them, including yourself. Okay, so now let's go back to my work of art, my most recent work of art. Is it? I don't know. I make up a lot of songs too. So anyway, it all goes without saying. I am. All right. I put and I put all in parentheses and then the G in saying in parentheses as well. So the slang, the language is very important. I don't always point that out. So I thought that was important today. Even the G being in parentheses, like capitalizing God, or, going to the hierarchy at the top. All right. Sitting on top of the world, on top of the world. Someone's name could be Brandy, or they about to get their own brand or something like that. Anyway, so yeah, it all goes without saying. I am. My name is Equilla Clark. I've come to know my name could mean that I'm a cursed lark or prone to the use of crack. I've never smoked crack, nor do I plan to, not just in this lifetime, anyone that will exist in time. We need more motherfuckers like me, and I am helping build a world like that. It's the only thing I have time for. Okay, back to my name. It could never mean crack, unless you're talking about how I will, 1, crack your head, voluntary or involuntarily. 2, crack any case you're involved in, victim or suspect. And 3, crack your mind wide open, literally or figuratively. Don't you see how 1 and 3 are pretty much the same? Because either way it goes, I will crack your skull, or I may have to. Thanks for your time. Mama Maratha could be close to you as well, or Santa Maratha. You could acknowledge her. Someone has that deck as well, the tarot deck of that, watching me now or later. All right. And the second work order I have, and I wrote this. Now the song is 4 years old, almost 4 years old. Yeah, it's 4 years old. Yeah, 4 years old. I love you. I love you. I love you. I thank you from my head down to my feet. I thank you from my head down to my feet. I thank you from my head down to my feet. I thank you from my head down to my feet. I adore you. I adore you. No one above you. No one but you. I'm all for you. I'm all for you. You are for me. You are for me. You love me. You love me. I love you. I love you too. I never thought you. I never thought you. I never thought you. I thank you from my head down to my feet. I thank you from my head down to my feet. I thank you from my head down to my feet. I thank you from my head, down to my feet. Lord, I love you. Okay? And it's so funny. When I created this song, I recorded it once and never had to record it again. Like, it came out longer than this, though. And that's the most I've seen right now. But when I made this song, I remember getting my my Native American ancestors particularly, like, dancing to this song, like doing a head down to, they had their own like little dance, and they would go like in a circle when I sing the song, or when I played the song, after I recorded it. But I would hear my, like, those type of ancestors in particular. That's crazy. And it actually happened after I created my other channel that I have, and I thought it was going to be like more of a Bible study, and this particular subject kind of came out even in that reading, and I haven't spoke about this in totality in years, so it's not that I'm just trying to bring up something as well, because somebody's asking why. Like, I was asking Candace why. I don't care. And then somebody thinking like I'm trying to ruin somebody's Thanksgiving. No, I'm not. Is that what y'all thinking? I'm not trying to ruin your Thanksgiving. I'm just saying, think more about your ancestors today. They want you to think more, but some of them are like seeing that you guys are, from this moment on, in the past on, they see it because this is what they're requesting right now. Thank you for the 5th like, and may God bless you just for that. So, yeah. So I'm gonna leave it here, y'all. I thought I was gonna be able to do one more deck, but I don't think I could. So we got my out here with Justice again. Lilith, okay, original Eve, okay. She kicked Eve out, all right. If Eve was around, she kicked Eve out because Eve couldn't follow directions. She was messing up the order. She's like, y'all ain't tell this bitch how things go around here. Who created this bitch, okay? Who's responsible for this bitch being up in here? But yeah, and then on this card, Lilith is in the front, and there's a man figure in the back of her. Even, being a person who protects, their being a woman who protects their man or something like that. So, someone's doing that healthily, all right? We got Anubis here with protection, a new bitch, and he got a mummy behind him, so somebody's resurrecting. And I spoke a lot about it, or reference reincarnation many times earlier in the reading. Also, his name could mean abundance. If you rearrange the letters, you can see abundance there, or kind of, but so somebody, a new person could be bringing someone the abundance, or someone been fired from, the job of bringing something and then you were expecting this person to bring it, but somebody else is gonna bring it. It's gonna be a surprise. Bridget, healing. This could be a doctor or someone in the medical field. Hi, Ra. Oh, you in reverse? Why are you coming out in reverse? Okay, I expected Anubis to be in reverse. Okay. But he's not in reverse. Anubis is upright. Okay, so and this is because Anubis is about protection in this deck. So it's like no matter what people try to say, like you're protected, or what people try to do, you're protected. This is not gonna happen again. You're gonna experience that Thanksgiving that your ancestors were supposed, or our ancestors were supposed to experience, and not just for today. Like the lifestyle of what Thanksgiving has altered. This was a turning point in history, or at least our history, or Native Americans' history, that day. Like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, there was a holiday created for someone taking someone's land. Like, even Columbus Day. You see what they did to that? And it seemed like he discovered something, but he didn't. He was guided by the Moors. Moor, no E. You might as well call the Moors Christopher Columbus ride. So it's like, y'all could say this was Thanksgiving. And then it's like, to me, if I'm thinking of it like that, it looks like you're telling me, as a Native American, thank you for giving your stuff to us. And then got a nerve to have Black Friday right after it. It shouldn't even exist. But if it does exist, it should exist for the right reasons. Let's tell it how it is. But yeah, Ra, power in reverse. So somebody was abusing their power. That's probably why Ra is mad. God is mad. Took somebody hope away. We got Yemaya with hope in reverse. And her name to me means I'm your mama. See, mother and father God energy coming out. Masculine, divine feminine, however you want to look at it. Thor, I mentioned him earlier, with action in reverse. Because somebody won't stop. They keep going rogue, probably. I did reading about that a few months ago. This rogue bitch and this trash. The rogue bitch is present. If you see many trash trucks, they're present. Did a reading about different cars. They've been made. It's just for us to believe they've been made and don't continue on like nothing's happened or nothing's wrong. I just don't get it. I really don't get it. But I'm not trying to like influence you like to think how I'm thinking with that. Like, but I really get mad at the audacity of how we celebrate this, or how we were programmed to celebrate this holiday. Yule, focus in reverse. Ooh, Raul could be significant. Vulcan, vultures, inventiveness in reverse. Someone's trying to take somebody's creations, documents, probably. History. Helios, there will be hell to pay. Cycles, yeah, they keep doing this every fucking lifetime. Every lifetime. One family bullies the other, meddles with the other. Every lifetime. Then we just keep, people just keep repeating the history. Once they find out, instead of like changing in a good way, they find out and be like, no one can know about this. Essentially. Whether they say those words exactly verbatim or not. Joan d'Arc, I knew he was going to come out when I picked up this deck. And she was hung for being a witch. She used her powers to help people. And people saw wrong in that. So that probably explains why I keep having to explain myself when it comes to y'all believing me or not. I don't give a fuck. Joan d'Arc is faith. I have enough faith. I have way more than a mustard seed because I don't think that's enough. All right? I got enough faith. Belief. How about you? They keep referencing my poem, I'm Comfortable, or rap. I'm comfortable with me. I'm comfortable with my smile, my style, and my shape. I'm comfortable with my body, my skin, and my waist. I'm comfortable. Even if my hips are too wide to embrace, I'm comfortable. From my head down to my feet, I'm comfortable. Now, you know me, I'm comfortable. Oh, yes, it's true. Nigga, I'm comfortable. So, yeah, how about you? I'm comfortable. So don't try to judge my game because I'm so comfortable. To ask if you do the same, I'm comfortable. So many niggas want me, I'm comfortable. Plus they know I'm wild and free, I'm comfortable. So it's best you believe I'm comfortable. Very comfortable with me. All right. Hope y'all enjoyed that. And when I say so many niggas want me, so many niggas want me dead. Many men. All right. Cancer energy. But yeah, 50 Cent Many Men song. I'm referring to that kind of. Pomona, Mona, Ramona as well could be significant. Plenty. Yeah, the abundance is coming for sure. Hypno sleep. You're going to make money in your sleep, okay? Or someone is a hypnotist as well. They put people under spells, their rituals and stuff like that. And you have plenty to offer. And I always thought this was a cornucopia on this Pomona card with plenty. But it looks like just a vase with the wheat coming out and apples, which apples represent generosity. And the wheat represents, the abundance, or, the harvest, basically. And I thought it was a cornucopia where everything could come out, but the harvest, the feast, it was plenty for them to do. And this could also be confirming, like, maybe a lot of this was possible in the past because, they did a lot where you were asleep. All right. To go even further, once they did capture, because before they, like just took it fully, they captured us so we can, give them more information. But some people fought, some people ran away and stuff like that. But there was a point in time. Well, I don't know if they did it immediately. See, time don't even really matter. I'm focusing on this. But you know how Native Americans, all of them, basically had long hair. Okay, the men and the women had long hair, but especially for the men, like their hair, they wore their hair as a badge of honor, but their hair had power. Think of the story with Samson and Delilah and all that type of stuff. So these people who took them over, the conquistadors, or especially if they were Hispanic, but the colonizers who took us over, or took us over, they would cut the men's hair so that they knew that the men's power lied in their head. So they cut their hair off bald so they wouldn't sense when an enemy is coming, which could be that enemy. They do all of that. They made all these precautions, but the allowing people access, allowed them to continue with their plans. So something like that is very significant. So I started thinking about that, because it's like a lot of this stuff happened when you were asleep. Nefertiti, Nefertari, who is the original form of Nefertiti, could be close to you, one of your angels. They did that a lot with Nefertiti, but they could never try that with Nefertari. She was cutthroat. She was too cutthroat for that to even happen. But Nefertiti, being a reincarnation of Nefertari, didn't know her power, and so everybody used to steal things from her. But her power in general was to be able to make everything back. We don't have to do that, or we're making it back and it's going to stay and no one's never going to take it again. And didn't Tari come out earlier? Sometimes when I see Tari, I think of Nefertari. I think it did, and I'm sorry if I passed it up. But I saw it, you see. Kate, or someone who turned into Caitlyn Jenner, as well. Illumination, Hakayet. Okay, those are different pronunciations of her name, and she's holding a key, and it's almost like I don't know what's at the bottom of this picture, but she's standing with her legs wide open. It's almost looking like she's standing over a body, and she's holding a torch in the other hand. It's giving me world card energy. So like Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Leo could be significant for that. Okay, or that could be applying to them. Wow, a shell. Or their ex, something about ex. The IX was sticking out, like I'm your ex or something like that, or they're not your ex. That's in reverse. It says release, okay? Release my son. I have already won. Give my son to me, and then let us be. My song, okay? Isis, protection in reverse. So Anubis came out with protection upright. The Isis in reverse. And Isis likes to fight. She was a mother village, or somebody's like, you don't got to get your hands dirty. You don't got to break a nail, okay? Bitch, you got me fucked up. Who the fuck you talking to? Oh, bitch, you choked up. You lucky I don't want to fight you. I'ma let God get you. I ain't breaking no nails, boo. Ever heard of Jesus? Yeah, that's a cool dude. He ain't always like that. Yeah, you better back, or get smacked, or slapped, or slammed, down fat, or all the way fucked up. Sometimes I feel the same. Yeah, you know my name. Don't get boxed up and end up looking like a frame all over some punk ass fame. Yeah, never be the same. Yeah, Jesus don't play about me. You know he told me he'll never leave. So believe it or not. You don't wanna get shot. Because when you fuck with me and get a little shady, you might as well have fuck with a baby. All the way fucked up. All the way fucked up. Ooh, all the way fucked up. Fucked up. Fucked up. Don't let it be my baby or even my old lady. Jesus is that dude, and he'll really act a fool. I ain't gonna tell you again, back for you here. Clack, clack. They ain't teach you about space. You must really want a cake. You must catch one and beat one. Get one and bet it. But either way it go, you ain't gonna live to tell it. Something's really wrong with you and you really just don't get it. I could play a game or two, but when it's bored, I quit it. Go ahead, just forget it. Like I said before, I give it to God and I meant it. All the way fucked up. All the way fucked up. Ooh, all the way. You got me all the way fucked up, all right? That's my song. All the way fucked up, okay? Mixture of, or influenced by Andre 3000, Amanda Seales, and Soulja Boy and Roscoe, okay? their songs, and then Andre 3000 influence. Okay. I don't know if y'all heard a little bit of him in there, but yeah, Miami. Oh, remember I was saying something with a B word, body, or maybe something like that is significant. And he's here with Beauty, Man Beauty, or Pretty Boy Swag. Okay, Soldier Boy song. But yeah, Isis came out, and I look at her as like, I'm your sister as well, or she ain't your sister, or somebody found out somebody's not their sister, or somebody's not their kin as well, or part of their tribe, or they were infiltrating their tribe, trying to act like they were a part, and they ended up being a colonizer. And motherfuckers will forget they was the one that came over. So much you giving me a fucking holiday to say thank you for giving me your shit. Anyway. All right, so hopefully that message blessed you and you enjoyed it. Oh, another thing I was saying about Isis is Isis and her sister, her twin sister Nephthys, they were kind of the depiction of what you see as like Beyonce and Solange relationship right now. Like with Demeter and Persephone, they were kind of similar to who Bobby Christina was with Whitney Houston. So that dynamic, or like, especially if you know a little bit more about those relationships than I do, but like when I was first introduced to this topic, or just in general, like learning about Isis and Nephthys, and Nephthys is more of the Solange, and Isis was more of the Beyonce. She was more popular, but Nephthys is kind of the force to be reckoned with, and some may even argue, that about Beyonce and Solange, but Solange, she had her, like, she to me, she got her, she's focused on her own thing. She had to focus on her own path. And especially if she cringes, like when people like say, like, kind of compare her to Beyonce. Oh, actually, she has a song that she's kind of references that. It's called "Fuck the Industry." She compares herself to Beyonce, so she hears that a lot, like. But I think it's just so unfair to compare her to Beyonce, because you only compare like people like that you compare people to Beyonce when they're trying to be in the same arena as Beyonce. She wasn't like, she had her music career, from what I see, what I saw, or what I know at least. She had her musical career, but she wasn't trying to be a star, unless she was, and we just couldn't see it because she couldn't. I don't know, but even if that's the case, even more pity should go to her, and it should be even more unfair to compare her in such a way, because she's now facing obstacles many others haven't had to face, like many of us of colored, whether we are Native American or not. We have to face a little bit more obstacles and tests and shit like that than other people do. And then we end up having to face those obstacles, accomplish the thing, get the thing, create the thing, and then somebody gets to just take it. Nah, that ain't happening no more. All right. I decree and declare that, okay? In reverence to our ancestors. And God is our eldest ancestor. When I first said that about God came back. It was like, excuse me? Okay, excuse me. How dare you? I ain't old. I ain't no elder. Excuse me. But like, it's a true thing, but it's just like, you can say something else. So I can't remember if, like, I don't know. I think it's an elder, he don't like to be called old. I think, and so you rather hear elder. I don't know. I can't remember, but I was like, excuse me? Okay, I'm not old, all right? God is ageless, okay? You know what I mean, though? You've been around longer than everybody else, okay? That's what I mean. But yeah. God be checking me, all right? So I hope this message blessed you and you enjoyed it. I was about to say something else, too, about that. Like, so if you got a problem with what I say or how I even reference God, take it up with God. And some of y'all probably don't even know God is like this or Jesus is like this, like I was saying in my song. Jesus, we want our husband. But yeah, like, you may think that he's all rainbows and unicorns, but that's the only thing probably you able to understand is the rainbows and unicorns. Because if you know God how I know God, if God don't want you to hear it or know it, God ain't gonna let you hear it or know it. Well, you take that as a will and get rid of that offense that you have against me so much. If I said that right. So much offense you have a fucking against me. But whatever. I don't give a fuck. No, God, don't curse. No, God, don't do this. You probably never heard it because you don't understand God, bitch. All right? Go fix your relationship with that first, bitch. Okay? The movie Friday After Next could be significant as well. Go get that lined up first, bitch. Okay? Probably a bitch with hair on her lip all the time. Always trying to take somebody's man. I got your man and you can't do anything about it. You may think he is coming back to you, but I doubt it. Don't make no sense to even call him and try to work out it. I got your man and you can't do anything about it. All right. That's Lady Savage, I think. I'm a savage. Now, and then they used to call us savages, y'all. They used to call us savages. And now we want to be called savages. Yeah, we could walk in that, okay? Like nigga. They used to call us niggers. And now we proudly call each other nigga. It was meant as a offense word before, right? But it was so cool that we don't mind calling each other that. That's the type of empowerment we need to be walking in anyway then. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you. You too. Yeah, so we need to be walking in that empowerment. Like that. Just like that. All right? Happily calling yourself a savage, right? 21 Savage. None against you. I like your songs. But, we just looking at that fact, like, and then comparing it to how they looked at us, how they treated us, what they only think we're worth or, like worthy of and shit like that. All we deserve is this and all this type of stuff. Because we are the it. We are the resource. We are that source that God empowers. That's why they do so much to put things in our way. So think about that. So you're living right now. So think about that. How your ancestors was living right now and this was happening to them. You don't like when you was minding your own business, everything was going right, and then somebody just come over here and take over your stuff, capture you and shit like that, hurt you, but force you to give them your information and knowledge. Put yourself in their shoes. And then got a nerve to mark it as history. And we did get Columbia earlier, huh? So that's why Columbus keep coming out probably too. Yeah. Santa Maria, Nina, Pinta, Santa Maria. Or are those the Wax Towers names? I can't remember. But it's three things. The number 3 could be significant. 3 represents the Holy Trinity. Okay, you can be seeing 333. The Holy Trinity is with me. All right. The Father, the Holy Spirit, and then the Son. All right. And then the Son. Not that he's less than, but get it right. Get it right. We're going to correct what needs to be corrected. No matter how many y'all are trying to stop me. We're going to correct it. It's going to naturally correct itself. But like I said, been saying all throughout this reading, I hope you realize that before it's too late. Because a lot of us ain't doing no more talking. We just acting. Because we learn what a bitch at the podium looks like. Still talking. Still talking. So yeah. If you are important enough to have a Wikipedia page, why when I go to your Wikipedia page, it looks like an empty room? But they told you to set this up first. That some of these motherfuckers or some of these people be coming at me. And I ain't got no care in the world about what they trying to come at me with. See? Trying to serve me up a plate of chaos. Then they get mad and be like, how could she say that? Why could she say that? Oh, because you couldn't even get to that point where you could say what the fuck I said. You started it. So why can't you say what the fuck I'm saying? But they don't be expecting that because they the starters. Give two shits about who they starting shit with. But you got the right one. Keep starting shit with me. Okay? Because I never lose. All right? Never. Never. And thank y'all who've been concerned about what could possibly be going on with my son and me. I did win my case. I won my case. And frankly, I been healing from that win because I was treated like a criminal in that case. And I had to admit to a whole bunch of untrue things. Whole bunch of untrue things in order for them to remove the things that were important but still was untrue too. So I had to admit to a whole bunch of lies to keep the peace. So I had to recover from that because I felt like I was on trial for my life and I didn't even make it to trial. They intimidated my witnesses. Tampered. A lot. Divulged a lot of my information to be tampered with. But everybody else got so much protection around theirs. Someone's name could be Elena. Elena. Anyway, but yeah. I did a reading like almost a year ago that said they act like they helping you, and maybe it was a few months ago. I don't know. They act like they are helping you, so to put off your guard or something like that. I don't know, but something like that is significant. Motherfucker will go help you, and because they can't fucking help you with the whole situation you in, you know, and then acting like you weren't accepting of whatever they can help you with. They think they must do something else. Like, you can't fucking fix the whole situation. Fix what the fuck you can. And leave us the fuck alone. But yeah, so thank you for asking me about that. But yeah, and I've been just very hesitant because of how I'm in limbo with things. Like I said, I've been recovering from certain things, and people keep introducing chaos. I'm gonna leave it at that. People keep introducing chaos to me, and I'm like, I'm focused on this fucking ass whooping. It's really not an ass whooping, like the beating that they did to me in that court. The resources that I know are being wasted, were wasted, only to come up with what I've been asking. Like how they treated me. They should have treated somebody who was on the streets, on drugs, and all that like that. They would have been justified. But because I don't feel justified, I don't feel like it was justified treatment, guess who handles it from there? So you ain't got to worry about me. So stop watching me. All right? Whole motherfuckers who in offices of a courts watching me. Just to see what other way they could destroy me. Huh? Watch that. Watch how God drags you through the mud. Like you did me. And it's so sad because I've been keeping this to myself. But I remember no, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not about to cry. Nope, I ain't about to fucking cry. Because I knew at the beginning. And they still ended up being like this. I'm just like, this is why I said what I said. But at the beginning of that case with my son and me, and if y'all don't know, they took my son for no reason, basically. They alleged everything under the sun when there are children out there starving without parents to care for them. After they claimed they were going to help me. Police said they were going to help me get hotel vouchers. And next thing you know, they're calling the CPS on me. He told me I could go. Told me to stay there to help me. Anyway. So, my first court date that I needed a lawyer. My lawyer, it didn't end up happening because the whole system. Well, no, we got a notification that our court date was on like some days earlier than the court date was supposed to be. And I knew it was wrong, like, and I got this message, and then so my lawyer had reached out to me, on that day and for the first time ever. And I shared with her how, what she asked me, had CPS been in contact with me? And and it was like, or when the last time I spoke to CPS, and it was a big gap in between there. And she showed a little anger and concern for me on my behalf. And I, right then and there, I thanked her. And she's like, I was like, thank you, because people have not been nice, or, have not been on my side, like on my side. It has, people have not been on my side. And everybody I think like that turn into this fucking evil ass demon. Every time I thank somebody like that, they turn into an evil demon. So that's my prophecy. If I feel the inkling now to thank somebody like that, I know the future is going to be a demon. So she like, I'm supposed to be on your. She was like, I'm supposed to be on your side. I'm your attorney. Frankly, I don't even care about your child right now. I just care about you. This was the first initial conversation, and like, she was saying it to me like to correct me, but reassure me at the same time, right? I thought so, that same energy didn't happen throughout the whole court case. And I'm just like, why? I gotta do nothing to you. Why people take things so personal? What changed? By the end of this court case, it's just like you're annoyed with me. Annoyed with my presence. Annoyed with hearing from me. Someone's name could be Stacy and Destiny. Then my witness. Her assistant created some type of story. And by the time she was able to regurgitate the story about my witness, it sounded like a lie. It sounded like the lie she was saying. When I tried to contact her, there was not a very good connection. If I remember verbatim, I feel like those were the exact words. But I'm saying it better than her. And them was her fucking words. Imagine somebody stumbling across those words. But that's all they tried. When CPS also gets the same information about this witness and puts in the report, they try to call the witness and the phone was disconnected. So which one is it? And then the lawyer says the same thing that the CPS people saying. So why is your assistant telling me something that she rehearsed? No one's off limits. So I haven't been able to focus on the logistics or be able to focus on the logistics enough to report back information. And not to mention, I don't even know how to even put it right now. See? Can't even put it on that. I thought I had something to say about that side. I can't. Not yet. Or maybe God gonna say it for me. I don't know. I'm like, I sat there and thanked you because I'm not used to this. Because they all end up being like you eventually ended up being. This is how unaware people even are with their own personality. Because that showed me you don't know nothing about your personality. Or you do. And you don't give a damn. So I had to experience all of that just to come up with the solution that I suggested a long time ago that would have stopped any court date after that. I probably wouldn't even been able to experience them in this fucking guise. Disguise. Disgust. Anyway, I was supposed to be gone. 3:16, John 3:16. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Begotten. Never forgotten. Begotten. Never forgotten. Okay? We will never forget. Elephants. Is it time? Is it time? I can't wait for that one. I really can't wait for that prophetic vision to come true. Or has it come true? I don't know. I don't think it has. But yeah. So again, thank you for asking about my son and inquiring about the things or how things are happening with my son. Okay, overall, his well-being as well. I believe it's like, from what I understand about him and stuff like that, it's going well. It's just unnecessary chaos is on my table right now, whether it's dealing with past situation, current situations, or future situations. And I'm just steady trying to focus on the goodness. All of them are a part of stuff like this. All of them. But it's okay. Hope it was worth it. Especially if you're a Taurus. Hope it was worth it. Because I ain't going to forget that. Nope. Nope. And it's probably never going to be forgiven. I'm just moving on from it. Okay. But if God has to assign me to do anything, trust and believe it's going to happen. All right? And God don't assign me to do violence. All right? God don't want me to break my nails, boo. So if violence comes, it's actually showing up on my doorstep to the point where I can't avoid it. But most of the time, if I've already been through a lot of those type of things, that ain't gonna happen again. So I hope y'all got y'all fun out. Only thing they wanted to prove is time, actually. So what I was told in my case, you have an issue of time. And I had the proof, the person to prove the time. And the fact is, even if I don't have someone to vouch for just that day, was it really required that I did all of that despite that one day? Like, I didn't know y'all was going to show up. I didn't know a police was going to pull up behind my fucking car while I'm doing a reading just like this. I can't even go back to that neighborhood no more. Not because I've been trespassed. I don't feel comfortable going back to that neighborhood. And that's sad. It was a white neighborhood, just so y'all know, too. Put things into perspective. White people mostly live there. So it explains why the police was called on me. But nobody saw none of that. They just try to prove something, some lies that everybody is saying. Like, just look at the facts and put things together. I wrote a letter to the judge at the beginning. Actually, for that first court date or something like that. I don't know. I was told by the same lawyer. I can't give your letter to the judge. And even in that, I didn't just say give it to the judge. I said, can you use it to understand where I'm even coming from? And then we still end up in a demonic field at the end of this case. Because nobody was trying to listen to shit I was saying. Nobody was using my information to put shit together. Or use my information to activate your discernment. Like, see through that. Use what your profession is in. Whew. Like, nobody was trying to see, like, how could this, what possibly, like, Ain't lawyers supposed to do that? It's like you're supposed to see how this person is not that. Not even just by the proof they give you, but what you come up with to be able to argue for. Like, my ancestors can't give me proof. They can't hand it to me. I got to put it together. I'm one of those type of lawyers. And then for this to be a child abuse case, or if that's what, yeah, I don't even know what I have on my record now because of that. Like, that's how fucked up it was. Just to, it's like they pushed me in a corner. Like, we want to make sure you know that, you know, we're watching you, or we don't think you're as competent enough. Whatever. As a parent, we don't give a fuck what happens after this. Like they did our ancestors. So I'm gonna leave it right there. Drop the mic. Woo! Thank you, God. I'm thanking you in advance. For real. I ain't just thank you for the day. I'm thanking you in advance. Because I haven't been wanting to talk about it. And I didn't even know I was that angry at it. Because like I said, I've been trying to heal from that. I was really treated like a criminal. I felt like I was on trial. I don't know how bad it feels, but I just wasn't locked up. I mean, you could be out on bail, right? When you go to court and stuff and then criminal court. Yeah, I felt like that. They drugged this thing out so long, only to do what they wanted to do, or what I requested, but they wanted to look like they gave it to me. But you could have gave it to me a long time ago, because it ain't about that. It's like, anyway, I'm gonna leave it right there. Stand strong, okay? Power fist, power bump. Fight the power. Fight the power. James Brown, ain't that him? Hi, James Brown. It's that angel, one of your angels. Okay, but yeah. So anything you want in this reading to come true, I hope it comes true for you soon. You need clarity, insight, whatever you need. Hope it does. You get it, and you get it soon. Okay. Thank you for your time today, your patience. If you're new here, welcome. If you considered or decided to subscribe, thank you. If you haven't, I hope you do. And join this tribe, this kingdom of God. We're building here through tarot. Yes, through tarot. And OG God and Goddesses, okay, gangsters for the Lord and Lady. All right. Thank y'all so much for tuning back in and trusting me again to be your reader. Hope that we continue to connect in the future. I really appreciate your support. And thank you, God and God's team, for your messages today. Our ancestors, I thank y'all. I really thank y'all for your messages today. I hope I did y'all justice. Okay. Please come back and visit me in the future. You all kiss your kids for me. Happy Thanksgiving. You know how I look at it, though. You know, like I can say Happy Thanksgiving. I just hope you do right with the Thanksgiving energy. I really do. Anyway. Bye. I wasn't supposed to be on here this long, so I definitely ain't coming back later. So I'm not going to come back later. I'll see y'all tomorrow, if that. All right. Bye. I love you, though. You know who I'm talking to. Mwah.